Ciao Juventini of the world, ciao my friends. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is happening at Juventus? What is happening at Juventus out of nowhere? Bruno Fernandes scored that penalty. It's 2-0 for Portugal. They won, they have 6 points. Who cares about that? We don't care. We have to speak about Juventus. Mamma mia, we will follow everything on the channel, of course. Because here we have the image sent by IFTV. It was absolutely not the first one. Thank you to Nini Baranto, who became a member again, extending on the channel. But we have a big news here on the channel. Juventus board resigned. Who? We don't know at the moment. Why? We don't know at the moment. But we will follow every single news and every single tweet because this is a change of history. Something that a lot of people were speaking about in some unknown time. We knew that there was that board meeting that should have been planned on the end of October, first postponed in the middle of November, repostponed another time now at the end of December. Why? We don't know. It has been postponed. A lot of people were thinking maybe because we were waiting for the result of Massimiliano Allegri to understand if in that board meeting, the big one with the shareholders, the news would have been shared that Massimiliano Allegri was yes or not the coach of Juventus. It has been postponed, but probably because something much bigger was boiling. We don't know the details. I have to pay attention because I don't want to fake news. At the moment, I have no confirmation from Juventus side if yes or no, if it's true or not. Thank you to Marco Gottning, 10 months on the channel. He was not expecting this news. Nobody was expecting this news. I was personally on the Juve channel a few hours ago. We spoke about Juventus, we spoke about Juventus women, we spoke about Juventus next gen, we spoke about the Juventus players at the World Cup, how we would line up in Arsenal Emirates Stadium on the 17th of December when we would have that meeting. But I was absolutely not aware, absolutely not knowledgeable about the fact that something was happening, something big was happening that would have been reported by all the journalists. We will go to the news who is written by IFTV, but then also by the other and the real journalists, breaking Andrea Agnelli, Pavel Nedved, and the entire Juventus board have resigned from the club. Thank you to Mohammad Youssef that is telling us on the channel, Beppe, attenzione, this is never a good sign. Is it sudden decision? Was it a planned move? It's not a good time to destabilize the team. Well, this is absolutely not because of football matters. Absolutely not. Of course, they can be, and we know it, some diverse opinions about the coach. You like, you don't like Allegri, you want Allegri to say or not, you want to go into the direction of the style of playing. The president is backing him, the vice president was against him, yes. But in these cases, most of the time it's one or the other that is resigning. The entire board resigning. Attenzione, guys. Attenzione. We'll try to discover what the other journalists are saying about that. We'll try to see. Let's go to the one that actually started it, because it was Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano that started with the first tweet. Let me go back to the split screen. He said, and that was a big one immediately out of nowhere, 26 minutes ago, while we were doing the watch along of Portugal versus Uruguay 2-0 with 9 minutes injury time. They're already at the 7th. Juventus board have decided to resign, including President Andrea Agnelli and Vice President Pavel Nedved. It's the end of an era, the era of Andrea Agnelli as a president of Juventus. There will be a new board and a new club structure to be decided in the next months. That will be that at the moment, who will manage Juventus? We are on the 28th of November. It's the birthday of my sister, by the way. It has absolutely nothing to see with the big news that we have to share at the moment. But the 28th of November, we have time until the first game that will be on the 4th of January, Cremonese. But in the meanwhile, there is something big that needs to be done at Juventus. Of course there will be, because on the 1st of January, the mercato is open again. What will the new strategy be? Who will be there on top of Juventus? Will there be some money to spend more than what we planned because we were trying to go with saving cost? Or maybe instead of big cost, we will have to reduce even more. So the destiny of Juventus is super important now to understand. What will happen? Will we go even bigger than what we planned, or will we go even lower than we planned? But most importantly, who will be the new president? Who will be the new vice president? Who will take care of the mercato? Will it continue to be Cherubini or not? We don't know. What is the entire board? Is Cherubini involved? Is Arrivabene involved? We just know two names at the moment reported by the journalist. It is Agnelli, Andrea, and Pavel Nedved. In the year that should have been the 100 years of Juventus owned by Agnelli, it's Andrea Agnelli that is resigning. We continue, of course, with the Agnelli dynasty because the family Agnelli Elkan is on top of Juventus for 100 years, so that doesn't change. But now it's a big news. A big news. Thank you, by the way, to Starboy that became a member of the channel. Thank you to Starboy that in that moment wants to show to be close to the group, to the team, to Juventus. I want to read a bit of your opinion before we go to the other news of the journalists, because it's not only Fabrizio Romano. We have, of course, the insights of Romeo Agresti. Let's go immediately while you're writing, because I want to read yes or no what you think about that news. Tyler Z. Alessandro Nasi could be the new president, but keep an eye on Lapo Elkan. That's, I don't know who reported it. I don't know. Apparently Nicolo Schira. Romeo Agresti. Attenzione. The entire board of directors resigned in conjunction with an extraordinary assembly. Keep an eye on Juventus tweets as well, because Juventus, they will go immediately with a tweet, I'm sure. They will not wait too long before going out with a tweet. Big scossone, earthquake at Juventus with Agnelli, Nedved and the entire CDA, Commissione d'Amministrazione, the CDA, the board of directors, all of them, they resigned. Who would that be? So we will read the article of Romeo Agresti immediately, but first of all, we go with Nico Schira, thank you JK. Maurizio Scannavino, nominato direttore generale della Juventus, con Maurizio Arrivabene delegato a gestire le funzioni della società, fino alla nomina del nuovo CDA del club previsto il 18 gennaio. I will translate. Maurizio Scannavino, appointed general manager of Juventus at the moment, with Maurizio Arrivabene delegated to manage the functions of the club until the appointment of the new board of directors, scheduled on the 18th of January. That means that, thank you Martina, by the way, for the thumbnail that you did really fast. Thank you, really appreciate it, Martina. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? That at the moment we have Maurizio Scannavino that will be their general director. That doesn't mean it's not president, guys. It is not president, general director. Let me close here my television because it's over for Portugal. Who cared? Anyway, I will switch with two screens now. Wait, so that I have a bit more possibilities with my screen. Wait, how do we do? Display settings. So that we can really follow every single news and we don't stop. We don't stop. We continue. We go. Let me open it. Yes, they are changing. My second screen is open now, I hope. Yes, it is. So let me switch this one. Of course, it's small. Here we are. I will have to adapt it. I'm sorry for that, guys. Let me make it bigger for you. And here we are again. Here we are again with Twitter so that we can follow everything. Big news. Big news. So I will follow here on this screen. And so that we have every single news. So that I am not disturbed. Thank you to Ron Rusitano for the donation. He's saying, Beppe, attenzione. because sounds like a financial shenanigans were exposed, in my opinion. There was a tweet from someone else. Thank you for the donation, Ron. There was a tweet from someone else, from Fabiana Della Valle, that I want to read to you. Fabiana Della Valle. And she said in Italian, of course, here. Wait. No, that's not the tweet I was looking for. I was looking for something really important. Let me check through the news. Sarà Scannavino, il direttore generale. We knew that one. So let me go on Google to see who is Scannavino. It's not the American actor, of course not. It's not him. It is... they are going fast with all the news, guys. It will be... Now it's official, guys. Now it's official. Andrea Agnelli, Pavel Nedved, Maurizio Arrivabene, Laurence Debrou, Massimo Della Ragione, Catherine Fink, Daniela Marilungo, Francesco Roncaglia, Giorgio Tacchia, and Suzanne Haywood have resigned. It's all the Juventus board. So we are speaking about everyone from the board, even if Arrivabene will continue to manage, not as the board, but until there is a new management on board. All of them are gone. So that means that we still have Cherubini in his role at the moment until the new people will come in and decide of the new structure of Juventus. This is the big news. This is an important news. This is a big news. We are waiting for who is... Wait, and Nicolo Schira. I want to see the name because I need to understand who will be at the moment. It will be Maurizio Scannavino. So Scannavino, Maurizio. Here we go. We will check who is Maurizio Scannavino. You see the picture. So who is Maurizio Scannavino? Here we go. Yes, I accept. Chief Executive Officer, General Manager at Gedi Gruppo Editoriale. There is not a lot of news here about him on Bloomberg, on Facebook. I don't believe we will see a lot of news about him. Maybe on LinkedIn. Maybe we can go on LinkedIn. Maurizio Scannavino. There are three. It will be this one, Amministratore Delegato, to understand who will be the new president, the new general director. Well, he worked in Italy, of course, Milan area amministratore direttore generale for Public Compass. Then he's not from the football world, La Stampa, a journal that is really near to the Juventus family. He worked there for 3 years. Then delegated administrator from La Stampa. And today he is in the Gedi Gruppo Editoriale. Let's see if he is the one that will come at Juventus or not. We don't know a lot about him at the moment. Vittorio wants me at president. Guys, we're speaking about huge news like Stavros is saying. Chris Crane. So is Juventus going to give us 50% off for the Cyber Monday? Nice news, Chris. Funny one. Mamma mia, guys. It will be non-stop. Romeo Agresti. Here. You see, that's the one. We found him even earlier than Romeo Agresti. He will be the new general director. That is not president. This is not the new president of Juventus. Absolutely not. So I'm looking for a tweet of Fabiana Della Valle, but it's not written by her. So I need to understand who wrote it, because that's an important one. Maybe Matas Pog reported it, because he's always reporting the words of the people. Here, that was the one that I was looking for, indeed. So Andrea Agnelli leaves Juventus. Consubs dispute in the capital gains case are decisive, according to Fabiana Della Valle. So don't take it for something official. According to Fabiana Della Valle, that is writing for Gazzetta dello Sport, the news is that Andrea Agnelli leaves Juventus, and also the board, the entire board, because of the investigations of the capital gains that were made by Juventus a few seasons ago. What are capital gains? We were speaking about the investigations that were about the profit gain, so selling some players maybe over their value. Remember, some big ones, Cancelo, Danilo, I don't know if it's under investigation or not. The one Artur Pjanic, but I'm speaking also about a lot of young players that were sold. So let's see if that's the reason or not. We know that the administration was really looking for something to blame Juventus. Is that why? I don't know. One thing I know is that Matek, thank you buddy, is saying, do you see this causing a downfall for us soon? No, I don't see this causing a downfall for Juventus soon. But changes, yes. My phone is on fire. My phone is on fire at the moment. But for Juventus, yes, structure, new strategy. The strategy that has been put in place by Arrivabene, by Cherubini, validated by Andrea Agnelli, the vision of football. We are thinking about Super League project. What will happen? A lot of questions. Will the new one come back? Will he come back with the Super League project? Will they continue, or will it be only Perez and Laporte from Barcelona and Real Madrid that will be there on that project? Will Juventus now be back on UEFA? I don't know. Thank you, Tariq. A player value is what the market pays. Every club's work plus Valencia and no other country goes after this. It is a disgraceful. Thank you for the donation, Tariq. We have to pay attention. This has been rumored by Fabiana Della Valle because of the investigations. We can't take any conclusion. We don't know if yes or no. That's the reason. We don't know. We have a new news. Thank you, Tariq. But I agree with you. In terms of who is making the number of the value of a player. Nobody can, because if you have 3 clubs on a player, the one that is bidding the most is taking it. So is that plus Valencia or no? We already had the investigation. It was already a zero operation. Let's pay attention, because there is a news apparently from Matthijs Pog that is reporting from the Telegram group, and thank you to Seb, that is saying, attenzione, Alessandro Nisi, Lapo Elkan, Alessandro Del Piero, Gianluigi Buffon, and Giorgio Chiellini are all real concrete names to be part of the new board of Juventus. Here we don't have the roles of the people. Lapo Elkan, we know him. People are saying that's fake. It can be. Yeah, it's Alessandro Nasi, of course. I don't know if it's fake or not. It's Alessandro Nasi, of course. I don't know if it's fake or not fake. Anyway, let's go through the names. We are not speaking about a certain role. Member of the board, you can be also someone that is not active in the sporting side or the financial side. For Chiellini, of course, he would have had a place, a name in the future management. But you have to divide two things. Being part of the board is not being part of the management. It's not because you are part of the management, like Cherubini, for example, is part of the management. It's not part of the board. The board is the executives, the top, on top, not the owners. So you have 3 levels, really important to understand. 3 different levels. The owners, this is the family Elkan and Agnelli. They are the owners of Juventus. Of course, we are a company that is in the stocks. So that means that everyone is owner of Juventus, but still the biggest shares are from the family Elkan Agnelli. That's one. Who is managing Juventus in terms of strategy? The strategy, not on the field only, but the big investors and so on. It's the board like you have. And under the board, you have the effective management, the one that are putting in place some strategies. Like Cherubini, like the one for the finances, like the one for the marketing, and so on, and so on, and so on. So that's important. Cherubini, you didn't see his name appearing in the list of the people that dismissed. We can go through it again because that's an important. Who dismissed themselves from the club? We will check. We will check again with the names because we have the big list of the names who dismissed themselves from Juventus, apparently, because we are waiting for the official tweet of Juventus, and they will be really fast. So remain with us on the channel. So who are the names? There was a list. It was Nico Schira, and now it will be difficult to go from one to the other. Schira, he gave the complete list of names of Juventus. Big news, my friends. That's my heart that you are listening to. So who are the people that resigned? It is Andrea Agnelli, president, Pavel Nedved, vice president, Maurizio Arrivabene, Laurence Debrou, Massimo Della Ragione, Catherine Fink, Daniela Marilunga, Francesco Roncaglia, Giorgio Tacchia, and Suzanne Haywood. They all have resigned. Then you are telling me, Beppe, why Maurizio Arrivabene resigned and will still be operative? Well, he will still be operative. He will still be able to manage the transition while not being part of the board anymore. A new board will be appointed. Will he come in that new board or not? We will see. But this is the consequence. Maurizio Scanavino, general manager at the moment of Juventus, with Maurizio Arrivabene going and delegating the new management functions until everyone has a new place. The appointment officially of the new board will be scheduled on the 18th of January. In the meanwhile, we will have a few games that have been played. Cremonese, Udinese, Napoli, Atalanta, Monza again. 6 games in January. I don't know the order of them. Antonio Velianovsky saying, I hope that Cherubini will stay. Cherubini is not part of the board of directors. He already has a job. I don't know who will come in Juventus and what will be the new strategy of Cherubini, that was doing a good job, a phenomenal job of the youth academy, because he launched it and he deserved to be promoted. But a lot of people were rumoring that maybe he was a bit weak. Was he weak because he had his hands tied and not a lot of budget to work with? Can be. That's why the negotiation with Locatelli took so long. Or was it because maybe he was missing a bit of experience? What is the real thing? We will discover it. The new board will come in and they will have a talk with Cherubini. They will ask him, they will tell him, Federico, what, why, what was working, what was not working. If you would have that budget, what would you do? Give me an action plan, an assessment, and then they will take a decision, of course. Mohamed Youssef is going with a comment. Thank you for your donation, Mohamed. No company can rebuild strategy in 1 month of time. It must be planned, moved at least from Agnelli's side. After a period of negative financial, well, we all remember that in the poor years of Juventus, 2 times 7th, in the meanwhile, Andrea Agnelli took over, and that first year was a disaster, because I really want to say thank you for that donation with a really great comment from Mohamed Youssef. Why? Because in the meanwhile, when Andrea Agnelli came to Juventus, the first year was not good, because indeed you can't implement a new strategy every time, immediately. Maybe the strategy you can implement it, maybe. But first of all, in management, you need an assessment of a 360 degree. Pay attention, we are not speaking about football field. We are not speaking about 4-3-3, 3-5-2. This is not what we are speaking. We are speaking about a club vision strategy, financially strategic plans, forecast. Where do you want to go? Who is working? Who are the people that are there in the company? Who is working well? Who is not working well? This is an assessment that will have to be made, and indeed it will take time. After that first phase of assessment, you go with an action plan, and that action plan will have to be implemented, and then you will have to see the results of that action plan. Doesn't happen like that. We saw some names. I don't know if they are Attenzione, there is an official statement. There is an official statement by Juventus, apparently. People are telling me. I don't see it yet. Maybe we'll have to go on the site of Juventus.com. Let me check. That's a really long text. That's a really long text. Not that I don't want to read it, but I'm checking because it's in Italian. If I have to translate every single word, it will take really, really long. I'm not convinced about J Medicals, my friends. Not that I don't trust them, but I need to see the source before saying wrong things on the channel. You know that I try to give you the correct information, not jumping on everything. By the way, that's a right news. That's a really great news. Also reported by Romeo Agresti that Scannavino is John Elkann's right-hand man. So that's an important one. Attenzione, we have to go maybe to the English version. I'm waiting for an official communication. Maybe the English one is already out as well. Normally they have to communicate at the same time. No, it's not yet on. Not yet on the English one. So it's on the Italian one. We will wait 2 minutes. If not, then we will have to go and read the Italian one and I will translate live the big text. Fabrizio Romano, official statement confirmed that Juventus' entire board of directors resigned. Andrea Agnelli and Pavel Nedved will no longer be part of Juventus board, while CEO Maurizio Arrivabene will remain in charge until the new board will be re-announced. This is what we were just reporting with the words of Romeo Agresti and Nicolo Schira a bit earlier. A lot of things will change here. Huh? A lot of things. Igor, with all the respect to Agnelli, if management was corrupted, they have to leave. Hard moment for Juve, but the best is yet to come. I would pay attention, Igor, before going with big statements, before speaking about corruption and these things like that. Thank you, Thomas. 13 months. Every Juventus fan today, this is how he reacted with all the emotes like this, and I believe it's totally correct. Thank you for the 13 months on the channel, Thomas. Well, no, I want to really pay attention to the words that we are using because they have resigned. We don't have today the 100% correct news. So I will go again on the English side of Juve to understand yes or no if we have more news. Not yet. So the Italian one, guys. The Italian one, where is it? Yeah, we don't care about Keen buying all content. Latest news here. We have one from the 28th. Draft separate financial statement and consolidate financial statement as of 30th of June 2022. Renewal of the board of directors. It's in English. It's in English. Okay, we can read. Turin, 28 November. The board of directors of Juventus Football Club, which met today under the chairmanship of Andrea Agnelli, having obtained new legal and accounting opinions from the independent expert appointed to assess the issues raised by Consob on the company's financial statement of June 2021, analyzed again the allegations indicated by the public prosecutor, the deficiencies and critical issues noted by Consob and qualifications raised by Deloitte and Touch SPA, Juventus independent auditor. With reference to the issue relating the so-called salary maneuvers of the financial years 1920 and 2021, the board of directors acknowledged the complexity of such profiles on valuation elements, which may be subject to different interpretation regarding applicable accounting treatments, and carefully considered possible alternative treatments. Attenzione, guys, because here we are already going with really big names, big words. I take away the Arabic Beppe because as a result of such overall analysis and evaluation, while the accounting treatment adopted falls within those allowed by applicable accounting principle to increase prudence to company, Firstly, resolved the revise by way of increase the estimate of probability of occurrence of the combination. I'm discovering together with you guys, I'm discovering with you. After that, we will try to go with what will happen to Juve. But first, I need to understand it, and I need to read it probably 4 or 5 times. So let's try to understand here what Juventus is reporting, and then we'll check. Firstly, resolved, yes, okay. On the basis of the the words are really difficult. Aforementioned possibilities of adopting legitimate alternative accounting methodologies. Yes. The above revision of estimates and assumptions lead therefore to a revision of the estimates. Yeah, there were some problems in the books. The accounting effects of the above will be reflected in the new draft separate financial statement in a new consolidated financial statement as of 30th June 2022. The Board of Directors thus anonymously approved the press release containing the consideration of the financial statement of 30 June 2022 required by Consub. The directors also requested the company internal structures with specific regard to the activity of sport area to complete their analysis and proceed to implement as quickly as possible to proceed already initiated to further implement and improve the internal procedures and the control measures to contribute to the process of strengthening the accounting policies related to the recognition and the measurement of the company's assets and transactions. This one is an important one. In light of all the above, in order to strengthen the company's management and board of directors resolves to appoint Maurizio Scannavino as general manager. Mr. Scannavino curriculum vitae is attached to the press release. Furthermore, the board of directors members, given the centrality and the relevance of the pending legal and technical accounting matters, considered in the best interest of the company that Juventus provided itself with a new board of directors to address these matters. Okay, I will continue to read in a second. I will continue to read, but do you think this is why Paratici went to Tottenham? Paratici was pushed a bit out, because probably Paratici was part of it, but I don't want to, attenzione, I don't want to, before continuing to read, there is a message from Juventus FC. Draft separate financial statement and consolidated financial report as of 30th of November. Yes, but actually what I'm doing is already reading what they did. Look, the alt text that Juventus just said, I'm reading it. I actually anticipated the tweet of Juventus, guys. So what Juventus tweeted, I was already reading it, and we were already in half of them. But what about Twitch? I don't know, guys. Let's see. Wait. Furthermore, for this purpose, upon proposal of the chairman Andrea Agnelli, and in order to allow the decision of the renewal of the board to be submitted to the shareholders meeting as soon as possible, all the members of the board of directors present at the meeting declared to forego their offices. They are gone. For the same reasons, each of the 3 directors with powers, chairman Andrea Agnelli, Pavel Nedved, and Chief Executive Officer Maurizio Arrivabene, has considered appropriate to forego the powers granted to them. The Board of Directors has, however, asked Maurizio Arrivabene to maintain the position of CEO. So we know, that's clear, they all gone. Because from what I read, the further, continuously, investigation, discovered some things that were manipulated in the books. That's what I read. Manipulated or not, some things that were not clear. What Muhammad Youssef is saying and also repeating here with the donation, thank you to Muhammad, they anticipate legal issues that can come up because Juventus is anticipating for the good of the club by already anticipating and changing all the structure to be as transparent as possible, showing that mistakes have been done, but want to work together. This is what I understand, my own opinion. I'm not speaking as a word speaker of Juve. I'm speaking as Giuseppe Bognanni, fan, supporter of Juve that is reading the text. That is quite difficult to understand. We continue because clear is Andrea Agnelli is not anymore the president of Juventus. Nedved is not anymore the vice president of Juventus. Maurizio Arrivabene is not director anymore or chief, but he will continue until the change. As a result of the foregoing, the majority of the directors in office has ceased and therefore, in accordance with the applicable laws and bylaws, the board of directors must be deemed as ceased. The board of directors will continue its activity under a prorogatio regime until the shareholders meeting that has been convened on the 18th of January to appoint the new board of directors. So, board of directors will continue its activity. So they already said, we stop, we resign, but they will continue until the 18th of 23. Not Andrea Agnelli and not Pavel Nedved, if I understand it well. If I understand it well. Because we already have a new general director that is named Maurizio Scannavino. That is not president. That is not president. Juventus will continue to collaborate and cooperate with the supervisory and industry authorities without prejudice to the defense of its right in relation to the challenges raised against the company financial statements. So what Juventus is saying is that they will continue to collaborate and cooperate to defend also the rights of Juventus against the allegations that has been raised. Mamma mia. Then you have a lot of things. Curriculum vitae of Scannavino, that is general director at the moment. Thank you to Michael 10, 3 months on the channel. I am the next Juventus president. I hope for you. Calma is reassuring everyone. Bogdan, 10 months on the channel, is saying, pay attention, Beppe. Whatever it takes, Forza Juve. Beautiful message from Bogdan as well. And then also the one of Anthony, 6 months on the channel. No messages for Anthony. Just saying, I'm here with you, Beppe. We are here all together, Juventini. What an evening, guys. I was absolutely not expecting this. I was doing the World Cup watch along and suddenly this came out. Then of course you have a lot of news. Here you see it. Juventus could appoint Alessandro Nasi as president, Alessandro Del Piero as honorary president, with the entry in a short period of Gianluigi Buffon and Giorgio Chiellini. It's already a different news than the one that we were reading a bit before. Tony Spontano, earthquake, absolutely. Seferin, new Juve president for Peter Gilly. I don't believe so, even if that will change a lot in the future vision of Juventus. A lot who will come. Okay, let's be honest. Alessandro Del Piero is my GOAT, is my legend, is the player I love the most. He's a person that I really love and appreciate. I don't believe that Alessandro Del Piero can be the number one of Juventus today without really having the experience of management of a football club. He is manager of some restaurants. He managed his career really well. Managing a club is something different. And that's why here we see honorary president. That means, or vice president or honorary president. That means the face of Juventus without being the decisive factor. Totally different, but also really important. Attenzione. Abai, 13 months on the channel. Are there sporting consequences for financial misrepresentation from Serie A? We can review. I wonder we are financially risk and sporting risk. Thank you for being a member. Abai, well, we don't know. Today, we don't know. We can't know. We can't give you an answer on that one because they will continue the investigation, and Juventus already said officially we will continue to collaborate but also to defend Juventus in their right. Sport, I don't know. Guys, it's Italy. In Italy, I saw everything. I saw Juventus being sent to Serie B. I don't want to scare people. I don't want to scare people again. But I saw everything in 2006 with the media campaign against Juventus that sent us in Serie B. They will probably not do the same mistake this time. So instead of going with big words and statements, they take their time. Juventus is not the Juventus of 2006 anymore. In 2006, we had our two presidents that recently passed away from one year to another. They were a young John Elkann, a really young, super young President Agnelli, Andrea. They were not able to defend Juventus as they should. It was an earthquake that came out of nowhere that destroyed Juventus immediately during the World Cup 2006. During the World Cup 2006, that was a disaster. They were not able to. It was fast without all the proofs, the evidences, and so on. This time the things will change, of course, because you have a John Elkann that is 15 years later, with a lot of experience now. He will absolutely never make that Juventus will be treated bad or in a bad way. So we will be transparent what has been done. We will discover it. If it was clear that we made some mistakes, we will pay for these mistakes. But I can't tell you if it's financially, if it's sporting wise, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea of what can happen with Juventus today. There are two things that are sure, is that the board has resigned. They are not there anymore, except of CEO Maurizio Arrivabene, that will be there until we have a new management, board of directors, that will not fire everyone, because then it goes in 3 steps. First, assessment of understanding what they have in front of them. 2, first assessment. 2, action plan. 3, it's reacting to the action plan. Is it working, yes or no? But that you can see only in time. Short, middle term, and long term assessment of what is happening. Speaking about the names, Alessandro Nasi is a name that has been reported to become a Juve president a lot of times. Why? Alessandro Nasi is around the family. Boyfriend now of Elena Seredova, ex-wife of Gigi, but we don't care about that. This is absolutely not important. Is managing partner. Look at here. Can I show you? Can I show you? Alessandro Nasi has 2 current jobs as Chief Business Development Officer and Executive Coordinator of the Group Executive Council GEC at Fiat Industrial and Managing Partner at Giovanni Agnelli & Co. Additionally, Alessandro Nasi has had 8 past jobs, including Secretary at Fiat Industrial. So Alessandro Nasi is already in the family. He's born in Torino, 74. So he grew up in New York, speaks English, knows the American culture as well, and then returned to Italy, where he obtained a degree in economics and University of Torino. He started his career as a financial analyst in several banks, gaining so he's someone that really knows about finance, someone that study, it's someone that is really close in the family. Look at here, vice chairman in the board of Exor, managing partner in Giovanni Agnelli & Co., board member of Cushman & Wakefield, board member of New Holland. You remember New Holland, sponsor of Juventus in the past. Board member of SFH, Fiat Powertrain. So he's someone that is that close to the family. Alessandro Nasi, you have to pay attention. Chris Perotta with a lot of alert signs. It's heavy, guys? It is heavy, absolutely. Sky Sport. It's nothing to do between sport management and that of the club Juventus. Something is very big is at stake. Indictments are on the way, and in all probability, the lawyers are holding the paperwork of the trials, and there are the wiretaps papers. Sky Sport Italia. Attention, wait, I received a message. I need to read some messages, guys. Igor, 3 months. Juve will become even stronger anyway. Yes, I have no doubt about that, but we have to understand how and when. A lot of things will change in Juventus, guys. It's nothing to do between sports management and the club of Juventus. Of course, this was obvious. This was obvious without any doubt, guys. It's not because you were playing not good that now things will change. That's absolutely not the case. Something very big is at stake. Indictments are on the way. In all probability, the lawyers are holding the paperwork of the trials, and there are the wiretaps papers. There will be a new board, a new structure to be decided in the coming months. We knew that, but that's not new news. Thank you, Daniel Torres. The level of emergency, without going to make comparison, but as a sense of responsibility, is completely comparable to 2006. Sky Sport Italia. I told you, it's a big one. It's a really big one. Andrea. Oof. There was a tweet, and it has been gone. Come on, guys. It's fake. It's a fake, guys. Fake profile. Fake profile. We have to pay attention to the fake news. Whoa! Earthquake at Juventus. There was a message a bit earlier from Carlos. Carlos, how is this going to affect the transfer window? Carlos, forget about... thank you for the donation, by the way. Forget about transfers, Carlo. This is absolutely not a moment where transfer will be discussed. Absolutely not. Because we need to understand what the future of Juventus will be. In terms of who will take over, Ciao Juventini. Who will take over? What will happen? What will be the statements from the investigation? I can't speak anymore. Investigations. What will be the accusation? I don't know. I absolutely don't know. But the emergency level is high. I see, guys. Huh? Can I take a moment of briefing a second? Ciao Rabona TV. Can I take a moment of brief here? Mohamed Youssef, now Juve haters will use this for the coming months. Yeah? Yes. Can I take a second to put every idea... Thank you. Can I put a second to put everything in order in my ideas, okay? Because the long text that we were reading was really long. With a lot of talks. Okay, let's put everything in order. The first tweet comes from Fabrizio Romano. The first thing comes from Fabrizio Romano with a news. A news that is saying that the entire board is leaving. Let's go back. Let's go back to the tweets. The first ones, because he tweeted a lot today. Juventus board have decided to resign, including President Andrea Agnelli and Vice President Pavel Nedved. It's the end of Andrea Agnelli's era as Juve president. There will be a new board, a new club structure to be decided in the next months. That was the first tweet out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. At 9:28, while Portugal was looking for their win, and they won 2-0. That was the first tweet. Then, official statement confirms Juventus' entire board of directors resigned. Andrea Agnelli and Pavel Nedved will no longer be part of Juventus board, while CEO Maurizio Arrivabene will remain in charge until the board will be announced. So, we know that today there was a meeting in Torino, an exceptional one. Why? Because they should have been already the meeting of the board with the shareholders end of October, postponed until the 23rd of November, repostponed until December. We knew that there was an investigation on two different things. There was an investigation from profit, we know that, and there was another about a postponement of salary. Remember that Cristiano Ronaldo salary that was paid or was not paid or was postponed, or that was actually the change of when and how you report into the books, the financial books. Okay, because of COVID, there was a big hit on Juventus, and actually what they tried to do was postponing some salaries, postponing them. In a way, they disappeared, then they didn't disappear. There was something not correct that at the moment we don't know. But that were the investigation. Today there was a meeting that nobody knew about. And in that meeting, because of the new investigations and so on, they understood that to anticipate and for the good of Juventus, they needed to all dismiss themselves from Juve. The entire board. Who are they? Who are they? All of them. All of them. And we know it with the tweet of Nicolo Schira. He said, Andrea Agnelli, Pavel Nedved, Maurizio Arrivabene, Laurence Debrou, Massimo Della Ragione, Catherine Fink, Daniela Marilungo, Francesco Roncaglia, Giorgio Tacchia, and Suzanne Haywood. 10 person, men, women. All the board. Officially, we saw then later the official statement from Juventus in their site where they explain a lot of things, with also confirming what has been reported by the journalists. The only thing is that they even continue by saying attenzione, attenzione, because even if Maurizio Arrivabene is out of the board of directors, he will continue to lead the new board that will be appointed on the 18th of January. Until then, he will continue and also guiding them the way. What will happen then with Maurizio Arrivabene? We don't know. Will he just leave the club? Will he still be someone in charge of some areas on the club? We don't know. Is it touching Cherubini that is taking care of the Mercato? No. But of course, Cherubini, he will be with his hands tight about Mercato. Forget at the moment about Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, about whoever player you want, whatever. Forget about them. Forget about them, because they will not be there in the winter. They will not be there in the summer until we understand who will be appointed. One, until we understand what will be the accusations about the financial books. It's nothing to see with Allegri. It's nothing to see with the result. That's important. It's not over because Juventus already nominated a general director. That is Maurizio Scannavino. Maurizio Scannavino, already well known by the family Agnelli, by the family Elkann, because he's one of the trusted right hands of John Elkann. Maurizio Scannavino will be the general director with Arrivabene that will continue until the new board of directors will be appointed. Okay, then Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United. This is an old news pinned on the tweet. We have to continue. My friend Chehali Romeo Agresti left the life of Juventus saying it will be a long night of work. We will be here. We will be here. We will go nowhere. We will try to understand what is happening. But Romeo Agresti was live on Juventus and he left because he said there will be a lot of things to say today. Around Turin, let's go and see what he's saying. Agnelli, we are facing a delicate moment in our club and the compactness has failed. Better to leave everyone together, giving a new team the opportunity to overturn the situations. When did he said that, Andrea Agnelli? I want to know. I trust Maurizio from Around Turin blindly, of course. But I need to understand from where it comes, these words. Because Andrea Agnelli didn't tweet yet. But apparently these are the words for Agnelli. We are facing a delicate moment in our club and the compactness has failed. Better to leave everyone together, giving a new team the opportunity to overturn the situation. Here Andrea Agnelli, and by the way, thank you to Gazzo. Gazzo, 1 month on the channel. Gazzo that is saying, Beppe, thank you. Thank you, because it's my first month as a member of the channel. Thank you. Without you, I would feel alone at the moment. Well, I'm sure that there are a lot of channels that are speaking about it. So now that we actually spoke about, and I can't put it on again. Anyway, I will do it like this. Thank you, Gazzo. Outellectuals with a really beautiful message here. Outellectuals. Peter, the World Cup 2006 has 7 squad players from the Juve. It was a scam. Yes, that's old, of course. Beppe, what had happened? I already explained everything again, but we will go through it all night long if we need to. This is more than just financial losses. This is a legal issue from what the Juve website statement says. Yeah. Rabona TV is there as well. Well, I try to read as well the message of Rabona TV. Let me go back. No, guys, I'm here to learn. I have no inside info. Okay, grande Rabona TV. But I'm sure you will go with a really beautiful video soon, guys, because he's the GOAT. But grande Beppe at the moment, no. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and in Juve win. Yeah. At the moment, forget about Mercato. I wonder if this will affect the transfer window. Yes, I can already tell you, Dino, yes, it will affect. I can already confirm you this news. It will affect because no decision will be taken before a new management. Before a new management, you don't go and spend millions. Forget about it. So what does that mean? Forget about it. That there will be no entry and probably also, maybe some sales. You don't know. But not before the 18th of January. Before the 18th of January, no entries. You know that the Mercato will go on until the 31st of January. It's a Saturday, so maybe it will close on the 30th. I don't know. I'm not sure. So it will block everything. It's also really logical that it stops everything. You don't go, Cherubini doesn't go and buy any player, even if it's a player for free, because you have to give him a contract. Who will sign the contract of a new player? Who will sign the contract of a new player? You see? So, as Radovan is saying, it will not affect the Mercato, it will block the Mercato. Mercato is not crazy anymore, Mercato is blocked. This is what you unfortunately didn't want to hear, but unfortunately this is the truth. So in a way, luckily, we have some players that are healing. On the other hand, we can't solve the problems that we already had with the team, because it's not that we are there at the place of Napoli with plus 10 points. We'll have to stick together until the end of the season. In January, it will be too late to operate then. Maybe someone like the one that has been appointed will tell to Cherubini, prepare, continue to work, prepare, and maybe really flash fast they can go with the name, but I absolutely don't count on it. Thank you for the donation, Mohammed, that is saying it's directed move to stakeholders. We might not have sport law issues, salary, but faking books will be bad for stakeholders and stocks. I trust they planned it to reduce the impact on the company. Well, sporting wise, I don't know. I tell you the truth, I'm not a lawyer, but I trust Mohammed. I trust all the people. In my experience, I think there are two different ways. It's important to take back the words of Andrea Agnelli. Attenzione, there should be a letter of goodbye of Andrea Agnelli that Maurizio partially reported. Where is the letter of Andrea Agnelli? Guys, I need to see the letter of Andrea Agnelli. Anyway, he's saying, è un momento delicato, la compattezza è venuta a meno, stiamo attraversando un momento delicato societariamente, meglio lasciare tutto insieme dando la possibilità a una nuova formazione di ribaltare la partita. Ok, so the same words reported by our friend Maurizio. Maurizio from around Turin. So Andrea Agnelli wrote the letters to all Juventus employees. I'm trying to check if I received a letter of Andrea Agnelli. Anyway, in the letter it's written, better to leave altogether, giving a team a new possibility to work. Why is that an important one? Because it's a bit what we were anticipating during the mercato, during the decisions with Massimiliano Allegri. Do you remember when we were seeing that there were some incompatibilities between the... Attenzione, we have the letter. Thank you to Mo El Shahali, but we have the letter here. Calcio and Finanza that is giving us the letter. Let's open it. But I was telling you, important why? Because do you remember when we were saying that they were not aligned? That Nedved didn't want Allegri anymore. Arriva Bene was not convinced about Allegri. Andrea Agnelli, yes. You remember? They were fighting with each other, and we are not speaking about these three names. But apparently, if they are not aligned as a team, it's better to give an opportunity. He's not speaking at the moment about all the investigations and so on, but of course it's not only the sporting side, it's a bit everything. So Andrea Agnelli wrote a letter to all the employees of Juventus where he's writing, is remembering also all the extraordinary results, because they were extraordinary, and also the stadium, the 9 Scudetti consecutively. He's speaking about the champions of Berlino in Cardiff and the one in Cardiff that are our biggest regrets. That's what he's writing. Andrea Agnelli in the letter. I don't know if the letter is here. Yes, here we have it. Cari, I will read you with the words of Andrea Agnelli, okay? So, cari giocatori, wait, let me put that here. I want to read you every single word so you are aware of what's written here in the letter. Cari tutti, dear all, playing for Juventus, working for Juventus, one only objective, winning. Who has the privilege to put on the shirt, black and white shirt, knows about it. Who works in the team knows that working hard even beats the talent if the talent doesn't work hard. This is what he is writing, Michael Raso, Ron Rusitano, Thomas, and Anthony and Maric. Juventus is one of the biggest companies in the world. And who works or plays knows that the result is the consequence of the work of all the team. This is how he opens the mail. Guys, I work for Juventus, I can guarantee you. Flash news. Maurizio Arrivabene could be saved by the new board of directors. Reported by Romeo Agresti, as I already told you a few minutes before, Maurizio Arrivabene could remain at Juventus. But we continue with the letters of Agnelli first. We are used to win in our story and in our DNA. From 2010, we honored our history, reaching extraordinary result. The stadium, the 9 consecutive Scudetti with the men team. The first in Italy of having a documentary on Netflix and Amazon Prime, the J Medical. 5 consecutive women Scudetti from day 0. And even more, the deal with Volkswagen. Not a lot of people knows about it, but we have a deal with Volkswagen. The finals in Berlin and Cardiff that will remain our biggest regrets. The agreement with Adidas. The Coppa Italia next gen that we won with our next gen team under 23. The first team to be representative in the executive committee of UEFA. The J Museum and even more. Hours, days, nights, months and seasons with one objective: to improve even more to always improve even more. Every one of us can remember for himself. Ognuno di noi sa richiamare alla mente l'attimo prima di scendere in campo. Esci dallo spogliatoio e gira a destra. Una ventina di scale in discesa con una grata in mezzo. Un'altra decina di scale in salita in C6. Al miedo è scenico. E in quell'attimo, quando sai di avere tutta la squadra con te, l'impossibile diventa fattibile. Bernabeu, Old Trafford, Allianz Arena, Westfall Stadium, San Siro, Giorgio, Celtic Park, Camp Nou, ovunque siamo stati quando la squadra era compatta, non temevamo nessuno. Here is speaking about everyone that worked for Juventus, everyone knows about it, that whoever came to our stadium, but also where we went in other stadiums, we knew it, that when we were compact as a team, that's important. Attention, it's important what I'm saying. His words are really important. He says everyone that worked for Juventus, players, coach, management, employees, whoever, they know that when we were compact like that, everyone was scared about Juventus as a team. And then he continues, when the team is not compact, we are actually giving the opportunity to the opponents to hurt us. And this can be fatal. This can be really fatal. He continued in the mail. In that moment, we have to be lucid and minimize the danni, the damages. We have to contain the damages in that real moment. Our understanding what we know about the situation now, so what means the situation, the problems now of Juventus, will be actually for the new team their challenge. I continue to imagine and work for a better football, and I want to close with a sentence by Friedrich Nietzsche, and those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. That's the sentence that is finishing with. Those who were dancing were taken as fool by the ones that were not able to hear the music. And he finishing, remember, we will always be able to recognize himself with only one eyesight. We are people of Juventus, fino alla fine. These are touching words, my friends. This is giving me goosebumps. I'm sorry if I'm not able to translate it correctly, but these last words are giving me goosebumps because in the inauguration of our stadium, these were the words that he was saying. We will always know and recognize ourselves between Juventini when we will watch into our eyes, because we are the people of Juventus. I have to go on Twitter because there are some people that tagged me on some important news, guys. Some really important news, apparently. Apparently from Monblano. Juventus would have received a purchase offer of more than 2 billion. Juventus have been received, apparently, a rumor, of course. We can't take it for granted. An offer of 2 million euro. 2 million billion euro. Billion euro at the moment. Who? I don't know. Rumor? I don't know. Continue, for the new ones, guys, continue to subscribe, to put a maximum of like on the channel, because that's important. If we want also people to, no, 2 million, it's a bit too easy, yeah? For new people to discover the channel, having the right information, please do it, guys. And it's now the moment to support the channel if you want to. We are a lot of people. We'll continue to update you on everything what is going on, but I need a bit of your support, guys. So for all the people that didn't like, it's the moment to do it, guys, because I see only 200 likes and we are 700. So subscribe to the channel and continue to like the video if you want. If you don't want to, then it's also fine for me. Elon Musk would be great, or even the one of Apple that was about to buy, Tim Cook was about to buy Manchester United. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's a rumor. I'm always careful with what I say because I need to know really what is said. Foot Italia, Andrea Agnelli has penned a farewell email. We read it, guys. Maybe I want to go really fast through it for you guys in English. It's beautifully translated by our friend of Foot Italia. So, dear everyone, playing for Juventus, working for Juventus, one goal, winning. Those who have had the privilege of wearing the Juventus jersey, they know it. Those who work on the team know that hard work beats talent. If talent does not work hard. Juventus is one of the greatest clubs in the world, and those who work or play there know that the result is the child of the work of the whole team. Me, working for Juventus, I can agree with that. I can confirm you that. This is probably the only thing that I can really honestly confirm you, working for Juve, that we try to do better every single day. From the moment that you enter at Juventus, you do your best. That's what you have to do, and even better every single day. You have to improve yourself. You have to work hard day and night. You have to work hard, improve yourself, always, always. Then sometimes you succeed, sometimes not. But that's what has been said in that first part of the mail. We are accustomed by history and DNA to winning. Since 2010, we have honored our history by achieving extraordinary results. The stadium, 9 consecutive men's championship, the first in Italy to have a Netflix and Amazon Prime series, the J Medical, 5 consecutive women championship from day 0, and again the deal with Volkswagen that a few people know. The Berlin and Cardiff finals are big regrets. The agreement with Adidas, the next gen Coppa Italia, the first club to represent clubs in the UEFA Executive Committee, the J Museum, and so much more. Hours, days, nights, months, and seasons with the goal of always improving in view of a few decisive moments. Each of us know how to call to mind the moment before stepping out on the field. Blah, 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 blah. Wherever we have been, when the team was compact, we feared no one. When the team is not compact, you expose your side to the opponents, and this can be fatal. At the moment, you have to have the lucidity and contain the damage. Our awareness will be their challenge. to live up the history of football, the history of Juventus. I will continue to imagine and work for a better football, comfort by a phrase by Friedrich Nietzsche. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Remember, we will recognize ourselves everywhere with a look. We are the people of Juve, fino alla fine. Guys, tell me what you think about these words. I really want to know what you think about these really important words by Andrea Agnelli, by Juventus. Mercato, forget about it. Then, the last news has been reported that Maurizio Arrivabene could be, from the big board of directors, the only one to be saved and to continue. Would not surprise me, if I'm really totally honest with you. It would not surprise me. Why? Because his entry at Juventus, we have a new one from, thank you, Mohamed El Shahali is doing a fantastic work, as always. I don't believe it's something that I have to mention how great Mohamed El Shahali is for us. The possible scenario of the future Juventus for 2023 that has been circulated sometime in Torino. Presidency to Alessandro Nasi. Alternative, Lapo Elkan. Honorary presidency to Alessandro Del Piero. Okay? Rositano wants to be the president for free. Just president, no, guys. I have not been named here by Marco Conterio, translated by Mohamed El Shahali. So, no. Powerful words from BT. I agree. Agnelli's words sounds completely financial. Presidential, Peter Gitti Stavros. Really powerful words. I agree. Del Piero from Michael Ten, that he doesn't care. He wants to go through. He wants to see the future. I don't know, guys, about the future, seriously. But I would agree with this one. Honorary presidency for Alessandro Del Piero. Not the reverse. I don't know about Alessandro Nasi. I know about Lapo Elkan. Alessandro Nasi, we just went to his CV. He's someone with a lot of experience in management, a bit less or probably not in football. But that's not what matters as a president. President is someone that is able to take the right decision. We have some financial problems that we are in since long time. We knew it. A record of debts that we had, losses, financial losses that we have to come back with. We have to take our head and put it out again. We were starting with a strategy. Probably the strategy was not enough. Probably the strategy was not agreed by everyone. Look at the words of Agnelli in his letters, guys. Super important, translated by our friends of Foot Italia. What is he saying? He's saying, attenzione, guys, when the team is not compact, it's better to move on. And give it to someone else. And the team is not compact. We are not aligned as board of directors. We all leave. Maybe but Arrivabene will remain. We don't know about that. We will discover that. So that means that they were not aligned with the strategy to follow. Colo is asking me, Beppe, what will be the biggest scenario, the worst scenario, before reading the words of Cash. Thank you, Cash. Well, we don't know. If we are speaking about sportive side, we can say no mercato in January, and we continue until the end of the season. As easy as that. Actually, that could be the best scenario, because I don't believe that a new board to be appointed on the 18th of January, even if you will already have some people already starting with assessment. We are on the 28th of November, okay? So we have nearly 2 months, a bit less, 7 weeks to assess the situation, appoint, negotiate, we already know them, I'm sure about it, but taking them, putting them in place, letting them work. They will not intervene in the mercato. Best case scenarios, we don't intervene and we continue until the end of the season. Worst case, it depends about the real reason why. When we are reading the letters here, these letters, when we are reading them, where is it? I opened it here. When we are reading here, look at how long it is. And in a lot of big part of the text that I will have to read again 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, they're really speaking about financial investigations, the so-called salary maneuvers of 1920, 2021, when Paratici was still there. You remember? Because some people said, is it because of that he left, because he knew that it would come? I believe he was taken to the door to start cleaning the mess that has been created, not only by him, attenzione, by Juventus as a team. Some mistakes have been made between Juventus, probably 2 big investments hit by COVID. Women team, next gen team, area di Continassa, training centers, hotels being bought. Guys, we are not speaking about 1 player or 2 players. We're not speaking about Ramsey. It's not Ramsey that have put us in that situation. Of course, having Cristiano Ronaldo massively impacted without the return on investment financially because of a block of stadium and so on is absolutely not helping. What has happened, I can't tell you. Rauf, 6 months on the channel. Do you think Allegri will leave in the summer? Allegri has a contract. Allegri has a contract for 2 more years from now on. Of course. And let me go back step by step. If the you see, Rauf is reporting the words, thank you for 6 months by the way, of Romeo Agresti, that is saying indeed, at the moment, nobody is there to back him up. What are people? Look at the tweets of some people are really crazy. Why are you staying quiet? The whole board just collapsed. What do you want me to say on Twitter, guys? What do you want me to say? Twitter. I'm on YouTube, guys. I'm on YouTube. What do you want me to say? Salta pure Max. Beh, da oggi non ci sono più gli uomini che lo hanno scelto. This is not a confirmation, but attenzione. Max Allegri has a contract for 2 more years. Okay, of course. Agnelli is not there anymore. The people that were backing Allegri are not there. Then maybe you have a new president that is a big fan of Allegri. Can be. You never know. You don't know. You absolutely don't know. But he has a contract for 2 more years. Will we pay him out immediately? Will we pay him out at the end of the season? Will we continue with him? This is not even important in today's world. Honestly, today this is not even important. Why? Because that's the consequence of first the new board, and that's why I really want to enter Colo before reading the message of Cash and Rick Australia, is what will be the accusation of the financial part. What consequences will it have on Juventus? Is it financially? Well, we will take a cut. The board has resigned. We go with a new one and we go with a new strategy that probably we will have to pay a big fee and we continue. If they are saying that it will also be influenced on the sporting part, then we have to adapt to that one. Today, I don't know. Sky Sport is going full power on the negative side. They are imaging the worst. They are saying, pay attention, the rumors, the big voices are going towards a big thing as in 2006. I'm not speaking about Serie B, I'm not speaking about all these kind of things, but attenzione. Is it possible that Allegri can resign? Max isn't above all what's happening. A storm is coming. A storm is coming. Of course a storm is coming. Of course a storm is coming. But obviously a storm is coming. Pay attention to Max Allegri's situation. He could leave Juventus. Monblano. Let me read first Cash. I do not know how to feel about it, but the club must pick up with strength and start a positive beginning towards the future. Fino alla fine. Thank you for a message, Cash. I totally agree with you. There were things that were not working at Juventus. We knew it. I will be forever grateful for what Andrea Agnelli did for the club. I know that today it's easy to go totally against Andrea Agnelli because we remember the bad situation from Maurizio Sarri on, okay? We all remember it. Even if we won with Maurizio Sarri, but already we started with problems with the supporters, not taking right decision, signing some really strange players, dismissing Sarri after winning the Scudetto, taking Pirlo, decision of Andrea Agnelli, sacking Pirlo even if he won 2 cups, taking back Allegri, defending Allegri, confirming Allegri, Super League, big decision to go with the Super League, or at least to try to implement it in a really strange way. Not only Andrea Agnelli, of course. Andrea Agnelli with Barcelona with 12 clubs, not only Juve. And we remember all these strange things that are not okay. Today is going away, something that I was probably expecting. Not now, not in the middle of the season. But I felt that something was going wrong. You don't postpone 2 times the shareholders meeting. You don't postpone it 2 times. What time? And you can. Luciano Moggi is saying the new president will be Evelina Cristelin. Attenzione. I will explain you why I'm speaking about the new president could be Cristina Evelin. Yeah, it's a rumor of Luciano Moggi. It's not a confirmation. Luciano Moggi. Okay, why? Why could it be an important one? I don't know if he tweeted it or it just has been reported. But apparently it's an important one. Evelina Cristelin. Why? Because Evelina Cristelin is that close with UEFA. It's really close with UEFA, board manager. That close with UEFA, that means also close to Ceferin. She was against the Super League. So if, I'm saying a big if she becomes the president of Juventus, that means that we say goodbye totally to the project of Super League. Agnelli was a big favorite, and he said, "I will continue to fight for a more beautiful sport." That means, what does that mean? That Andrea Agnelli will stop probably with the presidency of Juventus. We will not stop with this project of going with a new league. Probably will not be the president of Juventus anymore. I know he's not anymore the president of Juventus, but probably will create it for other clubs that wants to join. Will Juventus will want to join that project or not in 2, 3, 4 years? I don't know. But attention, because it's another one. Rick Australia, thank you, buddy. Calm, everyone. This is something that just didn't happen now. It's been coming. No person or people are even bigger than any club. Fino alla fine. Thank you. Exactly. This is not new. We knew that something was happening. We already spoke about it so many times. Who are the names there? Alessandro Nasi, big curriculum. Really well known from the family, really well known, really close in the family. They are speaking about Buffon, they are speaking about Chiellini. Yes, maybe, but really with minor roles. It's not Buffon, Chiellini, and Del Piero, the 3 of them, that will give you the impulse of Juventus, the new strategy. But they will be important in terms like a honorary presidency of Del Piero, for example. Maybe a vice captaincy one day of Buffon. Why not? The legendary Juve fans. But attention, because that means also that the stadium can be totally again on fire. Again, supporting, chanting from the first until the last. What will happen with the decisions of not having the flags and this? Will it continue or not? If the CEO continues to be Arriva Bene, well, or he change decision really quickly, or we continue with the same, because important. The rumors in Italy are that the board of Juventus did not declare 216 million in capital loss. I don't know this guy. I show you. The rumors are going out in Italy are that Juventus board did not declare 216 million in losses. But I don't know this guy. Never heard about him. Future journalist. Maybe he's right, huh? Maybe he's just reporting some rumors, but we don't have any source. I don't know him. I don't know him. I absolutely don't know him. Nikos Kira. Hey guys, but the things are going away. Today they are deleting all the things. But guys, pay attention. These are fake. These are fake. Fake news, guys. Fake news. Try to pay attention. Okay, so earthquake at Juventus. At the moment, that's where we are. Ask your questions, guys. Thank you for the donation, Rick. But really, yeah, of course, no person or people are bigger. This has been said in the first opening of the stadium by Andrea Agnelli. No one is bigger than a club. No player, no coach, no manager, no president. And that means no Andrea Agnelli. Nobody is bigger than the club. So I totally agree with your message. Stay calma, yes. But now we have to question ourselves. Arif, 13 months. Thank you, my friend. January 18th is way too far. Decision have to be made faster. You can't, Arif. The decision already has been made today. That's a good one. We're already winning time. You can't just... There will already be... Look, I will convince you that decision has been made today, Arif. In the letter, it's written that today we have already a general director. The general director, in light of all the above, in order to strengthen the company's management, the board of directors resolved to appoint... wait, it's a bit earlier, The board of directors resolved to appoint Maurizio Scannavino as general manager. Mr. Scannavino, curriculum vitae, is attached to the press release. So, he is already general director. With Maurizio Arrivabene, that will continue with that transitional phase. As Romeo Agresti said, as I already started to anticipate, it could remain the only one, because he's relatively new. He came after Paratici. He has a clear vision of what he wants. He already put a structure. He has been rumored, and thus I can guarantee you has been rumored at Juventus that nobody ever saw someone boom, 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 taking so fast, quick, big decisions. But Arif, you are asking, decision has been made really soon? Well, it's hypothetically, but apparently, read that one. Allegri would be making some important reflection and could decide to leave Juventus. Reported by Monblano. Attenzione. It's a rumor. We can't confirm. It's not written in any statement of Juventus. Could be. Could be. But as I told you, it has to come from Allegri side. Not from Juventus side. Not from Juventus side. Not from Juventus side. From Allegri now. If it's not from Allegri, then we'll have to wait until the 18th of January. Is it the smartest decision? Is it the smartest decision? We don't know. Because who is the new coach? We don't know. Arbde is because I read here the messages, guys. Are they saying they destroyed the club? Before saying that they destroyed the club, I want to go through 2010, 2022. That's 12 years. 12 years where we took back a club that was destroyed, and financially and sportively. And today, 12 years later, we have 9 Scudetti more. We have a women team. We have a next-gen team. We are a global brand. We have ownership of a stadium, our own stadium. We have new offices, we have new training centers. So destroying the club, I don't know. Then, if accusation will come that will affect Juventus in a harsh way, in a sportive part, that means losing points, being banned from Champions League, worst case, going in second division, and going really worst case now, then we can say that we brought Juventus again on the map, on the card, playing 2 finals of Champions League, unfortunately losing them, and bringing it back where it was. And that would be a real pity, of course. But I can't here confirm or not because I don't know about it. Fedja, Nedved will tell us the truth with P. Morgan soon. Thank you for your message, P. Morgan. Hopefully he will not be involved in that. Sorry, he will not. You never know. Attenzione, because don't forget that Cristiano Ronaldo played at Juve. So you never know what about P. Morgan, Pierce, our friend Pierce. Hopefully not. Thank you for the donation, buddy. Level of my mouse is critical. Level of my mouse is critical. Guys, today everything is critical. The club Juventus is critical. The management is critical. Allegri position is critical, and also the mouse of Beppe is critical today. Mamma mia, the mouse of Beppe is critical. Even the mouse was about to resign. No, stay with me. Don't resign. No. Imagine if the mouse resigned, guys. Then we are really in a problem situation. Only time will tell in that regard. I agree, Rabona TV. Look how now we are following step by steps, of course, Adrian. We don't know. That's important. We don't know because we don't know what are the reports of the accusation, what they will say against us. We don't know. We absolutely don't know. So before starting with accusation, with saying we will be in second division, we will be out of Champions League, before saying Allegri will be out in, we don't know at the moment. We don't know. So we have, as supporters, we have to remain calm. What are the benefits of change of management? I will tell you in a second. First, I want to read this one. Mohamed Youssef, the club is about its management and people. I don't want to see Juve falling for long. It's worse than finding rich coach issue. Yeah, the coach is one thing. Juventus management and people is another thing. And I totally agree with your message, Mohamed. Now, of course, Allegri's position has been defended a lot by Agnelli. We know it because it was his choice. Because probably also financially, we had a lot of problems and troubles that we couldn't put it out. We have a good news. But I agree with you, Mohamed, and thank you for the donation. The good news from Romeo Agresti is at the moment, pay attention with at the moment, Juventus team doesn't risk anything because nothing is linked with the law case and the sportive part. So you have a financial case, law and financial case that they are investigating with, and then you have the sportive side. So at the moment, players, the team Juventus is not risking anything. And this is already a good thing. This is an important thing. It's super important. And again, at the moment. Here is Evelina Cristilin. Evelina Cristilin always is a Juve supporter, always close to the family Agnelli, always close to Juventus. In the opinion of Moggi, she can be the new president of Juventus. I told you, she's also super, super close to UEFA and FIFA, so she can be the one. But important messages here, guys. Super important messages about the future of Juventus. What are the benefits of a change? What are the benefits of a change? That, let's be honest, I continue to repeat how good we had it with the management of Agnelli. How good things were done with the management of Agnelli. We don't forget that. But something was broken. Something were really broken at the moment. And I always said, you remember, if you are not like this as a team, it can't work. And today I'm really sad, but not surprised. But also the words of Andrea Agnelli were really significative and showed us that what we were seeing on the channels after some decisions taken, not taken, that it has been confirmed that in the board of directors, not all of them were going into the same direction. And if you are not going into the same direction, it's already over. Because if one wants a coach and the other one doesn't want him, it's a problem. If one wants to go for attracting the youth and the other one doesn't want it, it's a problem. If one wants to work with live ahead and the other one doesn't want him because he wants to go to vintage, we have a problem. If one wants Cristiano Ronaldo at the club and the other doesn't want it, it's a problem. Do you remember internally Marotta and Paratici on the case Cristiano Ronaldo? What about Pogba? Were they all agreeing with Pogba or not? We don't know. We don't know. But it's not only the sporting side. It has been decision that has been made. Maybe, for example, going in a tour in USA. Was that something that they all agreed for or not? Investments. And here we are speaking about investments. Big investments. So the most important thing, according to me, will be first of all to understand what will be the accusation. 1. 2. The second thing will be to find a board of directors with a president, with a vice president, with a honorary president if you want to, because maybe the vice president will not exist anymore. With a CEO, CFO, financial one, marketing one. They have one vision. One vision, and they agree. They agree. The goal is to bring Juventus back on top of where we belong. The problem with Juventus is that we have a lot of problems financially. If the accusation is that the board didn't report a loss of 216 million, well, it's a big problem, huh? It's a big problem financially. Then pay attention, guys, about what you are reading online, who is reporting it. I try to filter because I saw already a lot of people trying to create fake profiles using names of journalists, impersonating journalists, or Andrea Agnelli, or this Allegri resigned already or not. But it's a big earthquake. Players don't risk anything. The coach and technical staff could, but I would not be surprised if Allegri goes from his side himself. I would not be surprised. Look at the tweets of Mohamed El Shahali. Mohamed El Shahali, he knows how to filter some news. He knows how to do it. What are you saying, Thomas? What is Thomas saying, Thomas Maklouf? If one wants a Twitch channel. I didn't get it, Thomas. Can you explain it again? Because I don't know it. Beppe, you're best. No, I'm not the best, guys. I'm just reporting and reading. I'm also a bit. Of course, I'm a bit shaking because I don't know. We had a we have a Twitch channel. I don't know. I continue to do what I have to do, guys. I continue what I have to do. So, big one, big one. But Mohamed El Shahali, he knows how to filter. Max Allegri gone. Well, as of today, the people who picked him are no longer in charge. Okay, we knew that. What makes you think Allegri will choose to leave? Lack of support from his friends? That's a really intelligent question, Adrian. Really, I look. Allegri was absolutely not loved in his 2.0 comeback by the fans, because of the results, correctly, but also internally, because at the time there were some part of the board of directors that wanted him out in 1819 and convinced the president that it was right to change the coach for a new vision of football. And it was probably correct. Unfortunately, we went with wrong choices or whatever. And it didn't happen what we wanted, what we had in sight, in idea, to evolve in another way of DNA of football and so on and so on. Didn't work out. At the end, we went back to a one that brought a lot of victories, but it divided also internally. Allegri has been put a lot of time under pressure and has been defended and reassured about, at least until the end of the season, being at Juventus. Who took his defense was Agnelli, probably also for financial parts, but especially because they had a verbal agreement, the agreement that Allegri would come back in a really disaster situation in a year without any mercato. Because if you remember, Adrian and all the people here, when he came back, he found a team that for the first time lost the Scudetto in 10 years, that lost in conviction, that knew that potentially Cristiano Ronaldo would leave, but without any reinforcement and in a really difficult financial situation. So the promises verbally between the president and Allegri, Agnelli and Allegri were, okay, if you give up on Real Madrid that offered you a big contract and a beautiful challenge, and you come back to us, well, instead of 3 years, we give you 4 years. We close eyes on what can potentially happen in a negative way on the first year. So your first year being judged and so on would be potentially, if you do bad in the first, your second spell, your second year. So that's why I really believe that there was that partnership and also that big shield of Agnelli on Allegri, understanding the first year was a transitional with only Moiskin and Locatelli. Locatelli we didn't even pay at the time. And then secondly, because he felt protected by him. Now, Agnelli gone, he could potentially say, look, I have no shield anymore. I have nobody who I verbally had that agreement that will back me up. He could potentially leave, but I don't know if he would do that. I don't know, because I don't know what's going on in his head, because of the recent 6 wins in a row, because of him saying maybe I will not leave the team in that moment. You don't know. I saw a lot of people leaving teams in difficult moments. Do you remember in Fabio Capello leaving Juventus in 2006? Do you remember Cannavaro leaving, Zambrotta leaving, Thuram leaving, Vieira leaving, Ibrahimovic leaving, and some people remaining, some people leaving? So I don't know what can go through the head of Allegri. Probably he will have some phone calls, or he will be pushed away from the new people that already has maybe an idea. You know that things are coming like drops, information, but these people, they know already, they already have a strategy. I don't know. I don't know. But I believe it's not the main issue at Juventus at the moment, or the main problem. If you have no board, you have other thing. Then the new board can come in with a bold statement. Of course they can. I don't believe that tomorrow you will see Allegri is gone. I don't believe it. I believe it's something totally different. Saif, here we are not speaking about the defending we like, we don't like. We are speaking about potential consequences of him leaving, or the new management deciding to go for a new coach. But you know what is strange for me, Adrian? It's if you really have that financial problems, going yourself and dismissing a coach without new big entries of money from one side or another, I don't know. If your first move is to come in at Juventus as new board of the directors, dismissing a coach, continuing to pay the next 2 years and a half for him for a really big salary, plus the new coach, financially it makes no sense at all. So, or it's Allegri himself that takes a decision, but Allegri has nothing to do with the board decisions that have been made, yes or no, or the financial books. So then at the end of the season, when the assessment has been made, when an action plan has been made, probably you can take a decision, Allegri in, Allegri out, whatever you want. But now it's early, so I don't know. I don't get really the storm of what will happen or not. I don't know. Mohamed Youssef is saying Allegri now managed the most valuable assets, the team. The results are on his favor. No way new management will unnecessarily issue in the team. Also a good one. Yeah, that was what I was just explaining as well. Changing the team, the coach that found after so many difficulties and so many months of insults and not doing well and so on, changing him now today would be put even more problems into a team without board of directors, with big question marks, because Romeo Agresti was saying they have nothing to fear because there is nothing linked with the sporting side. But on the other hand, they will have their questions. What will be with us? What will be the investigation? So on and so on. So, what are the pros? And thank you, Mohammed, and thank you to all the people today. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you continue to put a maximum of like or not. 384. I'm sure that we can surpass the 400s. You are with a lot of people. I didn't even drink. I didn't do nothing. Jesus Macias, what are the pros? The pros are that with a new management, and the biggest one is probably you will reassess, and you will start again to have the discussions with the fans. The fans that a part of them were against the President Agnelli, we have to be honest. I was a big pro of Andrea Agnelli, you know that. A lot of fans were against. There were things that I was absolutely not happy to hear because I thought it was disrespectful and not correct. There were other things where they were right. But you will have another face, a new fresh air of presidents that will probably go closer with the fans. One. Or not. Or they will say, we don't care. We don't want to go closer to the fans again. And then you have a problem. But at least on the 4th of January, you will see that there will be some big support in the stadium again. I'm sure about that. Pros are that if you are not aligned, you could have made even more mistakes in the future. With a fresh team after 12 years, you will go with new ideas, new strategy, new vision. Probably a vision that will go with some changes. I don't know. But again, the pros are there because new vision, maybe if you're bringing Del Piero as honorary president, well, Del Piero is a figure liked by people. You have that Juventinità inside. Maybe some things were not working, and no, a lot of things were not working at Juventus, but maybe with the actual management, these things were not addressed because they were standard. After 12 years, things are starting to be obvious. I give you an example. I want to ask a question, but I asked that kind of question already 10 times. And 10 times the answer was no. Okay? After 12 years, if again the 11th time I have that question, I will not ask it because I have been conditioned in the answer will be no. I can take initiative. I can be a passionate person. I can have whatever you want, but I have been conditioned that that type of question with my managers will be a no. Well, a lot of, actually all the board being new, they will make some changes through the time. In big managers, there will be a new vision, new code of conduct, new values. Live ahead will be gone maybe, and there will be a new way, Well, it will challenge again people to think differently. It will challenge again people to dare to ask that question again. That was a good idea, but probably put aside because they didn't dare to ask it anymore. That are the pros, of course. The contrast, guys, if we see what Agnelli was able to do with Juventus, because people are saying, yeah, but it was because of Conte. Okay. But that means that you have really short vision and you are only looking at the sporting side. But if you're looking at everything that has been done under the Agnelli management, guys, it did a lot. But, well, the passion, the Juventinità, someone that knew the club in and out. It's always a 50-50 when you win and what you win and when you lose. Football Italia is saying clearly it's surprising, but before judging and commenting, we must understand what happened. And with time and think quite quickly, we will know something more, said Il Principino. Who is Il Principino? For the people that are asking, of course. But it's Marchisio. That didn't tweet. He didn't tweet about it. So where did he say it? Maybe in Qatar, because we know it that he's also working for the World Cup. But apparently, reported by Football Italia, the words are, I think quite quickly we will know something more. And that's what I believe as well. I will continue to speak about it on the channel, guys. I will continue to check. Tancredi Palmeri. But guys, when you tag me on Tancredi Palmeri, you have to know one thing is that I have been blocked by him years ago. I don't know why. So I can't see the tweets of Tancredi Palmeri. On the other hand, Tancredi Palmeri, I don't know how reliable he is. Mamma mia. Let me check. Let me check if we have some new news. It's a big earthquake, eh? Guys, tell me. Bring in Florentino Perez is the answer of Jesus Macias. I don't believe. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it, but I don't think so. Claudio Marchisio should be in the new management. Message of Tariq. Well, Claudio Marchisio, he loves Juventus 100%. This is something we can't doubt about. He loves Juve true and true. Now, Eh, Tancredi Palmeri tweeted two things. The one is a funny one that I was thinking, funny. I don't know. Um, One that I was thinking as well. Thank you, by the way, Adrian. Um, the first one is he said Juventus has the habits during a World Cup where Italy is not in to make us think about something else. 4 years ago, it was with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo joining Juventus, and it was when Portugal. We remember it with then Cristiano Ronaldo joining. Today again, Cristiano Ronaldo is there on the pitch, and we are announcing this 20 minutes before the end. I don't even know how much it finished. 2-0, 3-0. I don't know, but that's a funny one. Then he's saying, according to Sky Italia director, Juventus situation could be same dangerous as in 2006, and something huge is gonna blow up. In 2006, Juventus was relegated. We know that Tancredi is not a big lover of Juventus. We know that. But he's reporting some internal sources and sources from Sky Sport. I don't know. Does that mean that Dybala can come back now? No, Colo. No. I think that nobody can come back now today. That's the problem. That's a bigger problem of him or not him. Thank you to Adrian to send me the picture, but and also, and that's the other one that I wanted to add. So thank you because I was about to forget about it. Tarek is saying, and also, 2006. Juventus has the habits during big events of World Cup to go crazy. To go crazy with this kind of sensational news. I was absolutely not expecting it. You know what? I tell you the truth. Before doing Portugal versus Uruguay, I said to myself, you know what? I don't know if I will do Portugal versus Uruguay. I don't know. I will maybe do a Juve talk after the game and we speak about Juve. Then I said, nothing is really happening with Juve. So let's do the watch along. But I was not expecting that, especially because I'm live since 4:45 p.m. Since then, I did Juve channel, my channel, and now we are here. Juve announced the Ronaldo transfer during the last World Cup too. Yeah, but that's what we were saying, Colo. The Ronaldo transfer during the World Cup, and nobody cared anymore about that World Cup. Do you remember? Everyone changed. They forgot about the World Cup. We were thinking about Ronaldo. And now this, 2006, it was something else where people, Juventini, were looking what will happen with my club. Didn't end really well. So, news, again, another one. A dinner took place this evening in downtown Turin between the resigned Juventus executive and Juventus coach Massimiliano Allegri. Mamma mia, attenzione, we will not sleep. Guys, give me 1 second. That's an important one. Attenzione. It's time to sleep, Niven, but you are crazy. You are crazy. What time to sleep? We are changing Juventus here and he's going to sleep. People that are leaving now, they are crazy. You know it. It's after midnight that the things are starting to be serious. I need a drink here. Give me a second. I didn't drink since years. I go 5 seconds and I come back. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Ninib just sent me something about Alessandro Del Piero. Intellectuals, what is happening? Just Juve casually imploding. 5 p.m. for me, so you have time. Jesus Macias. Oh, but it's 7 minutes. Mamma mia. Let's listen to Alessandro Del Piero.
We've got plenty of time.
I don't have plenty of time.
Well, then keep it short.
No, this day and especially tomorrow is a special day because Juve is on the market and tomorrow is I don't know how it calls in English language. There's a big assembly with all the investors. So you need to approve what happened before, and this is appears that some problems from before. And
some problems, Alessandro. Can we be a little more specific about these problems?
I can't go very deep because I don't know specifically,
right.
Because there's a police investigation.
Right.
In the meantime.
Ongoing.
So, ongoing.
Would this have anything to do with the transfer of Cristiano Ronaldo?
It happened not only for him, but for different things that happened during COVID, and the fact that some things appears that they're gonna move from one term sheet to the other ones.
Right.
But this is something that is on the newspaper. I'm usually not
so are these
to share things that I really don't know.
Right.
Exactly.
So are they scurrilous allegations, or you think there
is allegation right. And there is this resignation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you sum the two, it appears that probably some of these allegations are true.
Things work the same way in Italy as they might in England. Then, if there's an allegation that looks like it might be true.
Yeah. This is the this is the feeling, but it's a big decision, shock everyone, and nobody think that's going to happen. To be honest.
Would Agnelli sell the club? Is that a
no? He just resigned from president.
Right.
And the property, the ownership stayed the same. But now they're gonna need to figure it out what's gonna be next.
I mean, there is form. They do have history, Juventus, and I think have previously found themselves in a little trouble. What is likely to be the outcome? Would it be the same as previous punishments when they've been relegated out of Serie A?
No, this is not regarding the team. It's not gonna affect the team.
Not the team.
In terms of relegation or other things, it's going to affect the people because it's something allegation ongoing on regarding the people, not only the president but the other vice presidents and the people
the other board members.
The board members, yes.
Right.
So this is going to be affecting eventually them if something's got proof.
Is this a possibility for Alessandro Del Piero to come back in the Juventus board? As many, I think, fans and securely who are supporting the Bianconeris to come back? I know it is early to say because
it's
of
very
the
early to say.
investigation, but is that something that if you would offer the job, you would seriously consider?
You're asking the question to someone like me that spent almost 20 years that I got relegated with the team, and I decided to stay. So obviously the relationship between me and the team and the owners and the fans are quite deep, very deep, to be honest, very deep, because we've been through everything, to reach the top of the world to the bottom of the club in history. So, and then back again. So it's this great journey. It's brought me here with you guys in this day. So it's something that definitely every news that regards Juve for me is very emotional concern and emotional involvement. And I'm stand by. I'm seeing what's going to happen. I'm always happy. I was with them this summer for the tour that they did in Los Angeles where I lived, and actually also in Lisbon. I saw all of them. I'm friends with Pavel, with everybody. It's sad for me seeing this situation.
Yeah,
okay. First of all, it's sad.
I'm getting the feeling, Alessandro, that it's representative. The board is representative. So is it shares? Is it business? Is it I mean, it's a fairly dramatic move that everybody resigns. So are there genuine concerns that this is a big problem for Juve?
Yeah, it's going to be, again, first of all, a big problem for the president and the board members if something is going to become true. The fact that they resign is massive, it's huge. It didn't happen that often. It's incredible that Juve has historically moment like this, you know, 2006, those dramatic situations that we were involved and end up with the relegation, and then also other big drama before, years before. So this is kind of circle, you know, that you go very up and down, and Juve go really high. I mean, best team, we won more tournaments than everybody, and Italian league than everybody, but also very deep down, because this one is quite big, and the relegation, of course, is the biggest one, the worst one that, you know, it happened in the world of Juve. But Juve, it's always like this. I mean, if you are if you are Juve, even you love it or you hate it. This is what we have in Italy. You know, there's no kind of friends of Juve in the other team. So this is the destiny of this club, and when things happen big.
Well, that certainly would appear to be the case.
Yes.
Your journey, of course, as you said, has also taken you through Los Angeles, where you live at the moment. But you would be open then to the suggestion of going back to help. If they wanted you, you are available.
Well, I don't know the plan. Nobody calls me, so I don't know what's going to happen. But of course, I know very well all that happened in the city that I still have the house. Let's say like this.
Ah, right, okay. Well, that's quite handy. Keep the house.
So I kept the house during my LA time, and
we'll find someone to run the restaurant in LA for you. I mean, Andy and I nearly done it. Big story breaking out of Turin tonight. The entire board.
He didn't say no. Thank you for all the people remaining to listen to the words of Alessandro Del Piero for 7 minutes. You can watch it again if you want to. On Twitter, you search for Alessandro Del Piero, you can see his face. I saw a lot of support for the man Alessandro Del Piero that is affected by him. He said a few important words from what I remember. He said massive news, massive. Something big is there. There is a police investigation. So we don't know. We have to wait to understand what I try to explain you. He said also something. The loyalty that he has and the love for Juventus is still there. Is still the same. He has a lot of affection. He's a big friend of Pavel Nedved. Remember in the summer them walking in LA. He was remembering it. He received a question. Would you accept an offer? He didn't say no. He showed again his loyalty. He repeated that he stayed in second division with Juventus for the love of that club. He said another important thing. Juventus is not leaving people without any opinion. You love or you hate Juventus. You don't like Juventus. You don't dislike Juventus. You love or you hate Juventus. Why? Because 30% of the people in Italy are Juventini, 70% are anti-Juventini. Speaking bad about Juventus will attract 70% of the people, because Juventus is, as repeated by Alessandro Del Piero, the biggest, most winning club in Italy. So if you speak bad about Juventus, if you attack Juventus, if you investigate on Juventus, you will attract more power, because it will be 70% of the people that will follow you in trying to destroy Juventus. It's us against the world, like Michael is saying, and this is what Del Piero said as well. He didn't say no. Having Del Piero back at Juventus would be a dream. I always said I hope I will never see Del Piero as the coach of Juventus, because the coach after 2 games I can already imagine people with Del Piero out. I would never have loved to see that, Del Piero out. As a president, you're responsible for everything you do. You are the end responsible, as Agnelli was responsible for the good things that he did, but also responsible for the bad things that happened, because at the end, he was president. Honorary president or vice president, how you want to call it, would be fantastic to have Del Piero back. Would be fantastic in a role where he has his say, where he can transmit Juventinità, that can fight for what Juventus was, is, and have to be, without taking end responsibilities. Because I would hate to see one day banners with Del Piero out. Because if we were able to do it for Agnelli, guys, that is the son of Agnelli, that is the nephew of Agnelli, that grew up with Juve, that was born in Juve, that is an owner of Juventus, then we can do it with whoever. We did it for Pirlo, we did it for Conte, we did it for Agnelli, we could have done it for Del Piero. Even Giampiero Boniperti as official president. When he was honorary president, Boniperti was much better. I think that the figure of Del Piero at Juventus could be an important one. The first things that we saw of Del Piero approaching himself from Juventus was when he came from the Juve to the Juve stadium, but also the big interview that he received on YouTube with Pavel Nedved, where you say, attenzione, something is happening. Juventus don't do things like that just to do things like that. So he was reapproaching himself really closer and closer to Juventus. It would have been a moment of not if, but when he would come back. Can he come back? There are big chances, guys. There are really big chances. But I don't want him as the main president, and I don't want him as a coach, even if we are absolutely not speaking about the coach today. Saif, you're welcome, Pep. One team, one family, one love. Thank you, Saif. Mail Carraso, imagine ADP and Buffon in the management of Juve. Well, Buffon is still a football player, even if at the moment he's not playing a lot. The only thing that we have a problem with, guys, and now I will try to make a joke. Hopefully it's appreciated in a moment where probably we don't want to joke. But Del Piero, every time that he's watching Juve, since he's not a Juve player, live in the stadium, we are losing or drawing. Most of the time we are losing. So I would love Del Piero to be president, honorary president, but please don't go to the games, okay? Watch them from the office, watch them from television, watch them from wherever you want, but during the 100 minutes, please don't be in the stadium. Please. That's the only request I would make to Del Piero. Again, I'm joking, I am laughing, I hope it's appreciated, a moment where it's hard to find things to joke about, but it's true that his record of Juve games watched since he's not a Juve player, mamma mia. Hopefully that curse goes away. Michael Tan, you are too harsh towards our legend. No, guys, it's just a fact that we never won since he came to our stadium. I agree with you, Beppe. I hope he won't take an official position there. Keep him as an idol. But coming back as a honorary president, I'm happy. Huh? I'm super happy. I would love to. No, but that's why, Arion, that's why it's important to split, to really split. I believe that you need a mastermind. I totally agree with Arion. That's what I want. I don't want, and you know it on the channel, I always said it, I never was on the wagon of Del Piero coach or even assistant coach or whatever. No, it makes no sense. One, we tried with Pirlo and it was a big flop. And Del Piero is Del Piero. With all the respect for Pirlo, Del Piero is Del Piero. But then you have coach, and then you have managing the biggest club in Italy, managing a big club in Europe, one of the biggest one in terms of history, DNA, where we should belong again, is one of the biggest club in Europe. In the top 10, top 5, even if now with Premier League it's really hard to be back there. But that's why, no. We need some people with experience that knows what to do in terms of finances, in terms of vision, in terms of strategic management. And then you also need, again, one team, one family, one vision, one word, one voice. We go all in with this because we believe we go. I want to say thank you to Alan Yeterian. 4 months on the channel, but he said respect Agnelli for all his achievement. Love. Well, Alan, I have been criticized a lot for continuing to respect the big work of Allegri, Agnelli, the president with Juventus, because it's easy to take into consideration only the last 2 years, the 3 years if you want to. It's too easy. People forget you have to do a 360-degree assessment from where we were in 2010 and where we are in 2022 and what happened there. Except of Bayern Munich, I don't know a lot of teams that were able to win as much as Juve did. Moji didn't tweet anything. I checked, I saw the message. Ali, Beppe, what do you think the worst outcome of the situation can be? Well, there are some reassurance from some journalists like Romeo Agresti that are saying Juventus is risking nothing in terms of sporting side. There was also written at the moment. So at the moment, zero in terms of sporting side. So what could happen? It's a big fee for Juventus, maybe as a club, or maybe for individuals that will be responsible for what they did. And I don't know what they did. I'm not even knowing if it's correct or not. But there are some journalists that are not really Juve people that are going with in Sky Sport, they are rumoring that there is something really big that is coming and that it could be at the level of 2006. What does that mean at the level of 2006? And then reported as well by Tancredi Palmeri, in 2006 they were relegated. We perfectly know what happened. We perfectly know that we were relegated. Attenzione, because there are a tweet that I don't know. A rumor apparently that John Elkann took that big decision because he has an alternative project ready. What does that mean? An alternative project for Juventus. What does that mean? Di Marzio, thank you Niven, from the desert of the Continassa until the dinner with Allegri. Attenzione, because we didn't speak about it. Now, of course, we will see 150,000 ads on the site of Di Marzio, but I think it's worth taking the time to go through the ads. Hopefully, we don't see the one that we saw in the summer. Do you remember, guys? This was a disaster. The ads in the summer were a disaster on the site of Di Marzio. I remember them. Can we close them? Can we please close them? Wait. We can. Okay, they are over. So, we have to read them. Continassa. 2. Okay. Two supporters, a bit curious, arrives with a bicycle in front of the Continassa, in front of the office. I have entered that way, so I perfectly know where it is. Except of the cold and a bit of fog, there is absolutely nothing. The silence, but the silence hurts a lot. The board of directors from Juventus resigned, gave the resignation, and this is enough to explain and to give a lot of voice to that silence in La Continassa. I didn't remember that Gianluca Di Marzio, he became a writer, a Roman writer. But anyway, it's beautifully written. Continassa, the desert, in the center, Allegri, that is meeting the ex-management. I will continue to read. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I will continue to read. I will continue to keep you informed everything what is happening this night. Nah, it's not the one I'm looking for. Damn, it's not the one. I was looking for a suspense music, mamma mia. Here it is. Continassa, the desert. In the city center, Allegri is meeting the now ex-management. To hear a voice, a word, we have to go to the center of the city, a few kilometers from there. From the Turin agglomeration to the center. In a restaurant, Massimiliano Allegri met Cherubini, the only manager that is still there at Juventus, because he was not taking part of the board of directors. Time will tell us what has been said in that dialogue between Allegri and Cherubini. Ah! Mamma mia! The ad! Stop! The ad! I saw the ad! Mamma mia! Ma Di Marzio! Why is Di Marzio always going with... I was explaining the story! And then Di Marzio, he comes with... No! Di Marzio again! It's the same ad that we saw in the summer! No! I can't unsee it anymore! Why? Di Marzio, what did you do? Di Marzio, you did it again. We were in the trip. I will wash my eyes. I need to unsee this. This is disaster. He did it again in the summer. Every time he was fooling us. We were scrolling and then we saw. He fooled me again. He did it again. I'm scared to scroll down now. What will we do? Okay, let's go back. No, it's serious. Yeah, you're laughing, guys. We are in a serious thing. We don't know what will happen with Juventus. And the only thing I see in the comments are smileys. Guys, we are losing everything now. This is not possible. Guys, normally we should be depressed. Mamma mia, Softitch is there. First of all, let me say thank you to Chuck Wait. I will continue to read in a second. Yeah, I will continue to read in a second. But first, let me say thank you to Chuck, because there is a message of Chuck that I didn't read. Thank you for the donation, Chuck. Beppe, Mr. Allegri outlasted everyone. Mamma mia. Hey, it's true. It's true. Hey, a lot of people were thinking it's the moment Allegri will leave. At the end, Allegri is the last one that stays. With Cherubini. We will continue the story, but first let me say thank you to Chuck, but also to our friend Softy J is back. Last time we saw this was in 2006. This is not over. Of course not. Of course not. It's already 2 hours 30 that we are speaking about it. It is not over. We will not know a lot about the decision today, but we will know a lot of things by the journeys. I told you, wait until midnight, because then we will know a lot of things. And now we are knowing them. We come back. Softic is on. Keep your guard up. Beppe, Chuck, grande Chuck. I will try to remove the ad block and scroll to the Di Marzio page. Who were on the bikes? 2 supporters. It was around Turin. Okay, we go back to the ads of Agnelli. Mamma mia, I'm scared. No, he's there. He's still there. Wait. I will put the fog on. This is like Continassa, the desert of the country. Mamma mia, die! It's time. We can't continue like that. In the meanwhile, the Continassa is empty. The 2 supporters went away. It's the cold of Torino that won. And the awareness that this is not the right evening. An equal scenario around the Juventus stadium, where there was the last intervention of Andrea Agnelli as the president of Juve. Today, the goodbye in a last message to a fan base, family, that is now waiting for the next steps. What will happen? I'm scared, guys. My friends, I am really scared. Juventus remains. People go. People remain. People go. But at the moment, I am scared because I hate one thing is unknown things. And Alan Yeterian, he asked for it. And I think it's time to... No, I will not refresh BT. Basta. It's time. It's time to take the book back. Pages. Now. The destiny will decide what will happen. I'm really scared. I'm scared. I'm not scared in long term. Long term, no. I reassure all the people that are here with me. Long term, I am not scared. Short term, I don't know what will happen. Fresh air was needed. I am really sad for Andrea Agnelli and Pavel Nedved. Pages between page 5 and between page 149. 5 and 149. You put the pages on, I will randomly click when they will be available on my screen. It's now the moment because maybe you will influence Juventus destiny. Juventus destiny. Juventus destiny. The book of truth. We know it. In the meanwhile, guys, this is a serious thing. Seriously. Page 5 and 149. This is a real serious thing. Really serious thing. We'll try to think about it with the new things that will come up. And we go with a page. I will close my eyes. I will pin out the first one I have. It's Radovan with page 29. Now, we don't have page 1897, Roberto Gallo. Page 29. I think it will not tell us about the future, but maybe it can tell us a bit the situation Juventus was in. There are two quotes that are explaining maybe how we arrived there. The first one on page 29 is: set a goal that makes you want to jump out of the bed in the morning. The second one is: people rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. Maybe, and probably, Juventus started to have some problems when we had no fun anymore. When we were busy doing things that didn't motivate us anymore for some people. Probably it was too easy to win Scudetti. We had everything that was going well. The stadium, a new team of women, a next gen, Scudetti in a row. It was boring to win. With Allegri, we wanted to change. For the players as well, everything was normal. It was expected Juventus to win. And at a certain moment, well, we had no fun anymore. And without being motivated to wake up in the morning and to have fun in what you do, I probably were thinking about not the right things. And there was a division between management. A division that, as said in the letter of Agnelli, when the division is there, well, you can't win games anymore. If you are not 100% together, it's over. I'm sad today. I tell you the truth, I'm waiting for some new news. I'm really sad today. I'm really, really sad today. Because if we take a moment, we made a few jokes here, not too much. After 2 hours 30, we made a few jokes, one after the other. You know that I'm a supporter like you, like Starboy, like Del Pirlo, Carmine, Tomsi, Sasha, Cecilia, Peter Glitti, Andy Golding, Outellectuals, Radovan, Thomas Maklouf. I'm not better. I don't know more than you, but what really motivated me was to speak about my beloved Juventus. Because I love Juventus too much. I have been to a tough time in 2006 and I didn't give up. It brought me closer to the team, to Juventus. A summer long at the end of questions, what will happen with my beloved Juventus? We came back. I saw what Agnelli did for our clubs, and I will be forever grateful because I went already to that really difficult moment. But I decided at a certain moment to do more for Juventus than only watching and speaking a bit on social media. I decided to open a Juve channel, especially for the English-speaking community, because I thought that Juventus, we should have shared it, not only with the Italian-speaking people, but also with English-speaking people that not always were offered the right information because some translations were wrong, and they could only read. Some accounts were doing it really well, but could only read, but not really speak about their love for Juve. And I wanted to share that, giving a place to do that. We did it. We won with Sarri. We had difficulties with Pirlo. And I kept positivity even if really difficult moments. I really kept the positivity on the channel thanks to you, thanks to your support, and so on and so on. I had the chance to win a contest that gave me the opportunity to work for you. It was a contest, so I was proud. What made me really proud is that I was renewed 2 times to work and continue with Juventus. I'm still today working for Juventus as a Twitch host where I try to do my best. I grew up with the channel. I became better. You made me better with all your support, with all your tips, with all your comments, good, bad, whatever. Now we have that. One thing I can promise is that my love for Juve will be even bigger. Whoever and whatever we did, I don't know. I can't judge today. I can't tell you, yes, but we will go in Serie B, we will go in Serie A, we will win the Champions League. I don't know. I really don't know. I absolutely don't know. My love will be there, the same, even more, whatever happens. But I'm really sad today. Sad because whatever happens, a total board of director resigning is a loss. Some people will be happy. They will celebrate. They will say, we said it. Right? The famous we said it. The famous we said it. I don't celebrate today. We made 10 minutes of joke on a video of 3 hours or a live of 3 hours. But I will never celebrate all board that is dismissing because this is a loss of Juve. I agree with Ron that a new board of director will bring a fresh air, will probably now give us with time, because that's important. Don't forget time. With a bit of time, will bring us back where we needed to be, and probably where today we were totally lost in a spiral where we couldn't go out of it. But today I'm honored to be a Juventino, to have that channel, to communicate with you. But it's true that I'm a bit scared for my club, for my beloved Juventus. Alessandro is saying, keep us together, Beppe. Of course. It will be some difficult days. I already warn you. The coming days will be really difficult because we will have a lot of uncertainty. A lot of fake will be spread. A lot of things will be not correctly reported or partially reported. So pay attention to what you read. Pay attention to what you read. Try to filter, first of all, the fake accounts. And then try to go to the most accurate source. We'll try to keep you up to date here on the channel, but you know it, we can't be 100% on the channel live. We will see. If we were complaining that there was not a lot of things to talk about Juve, well, now it will be the moment to talk about Juve, because it's an end of an era, but we are opening a new one. You will be attacked by a lot of people, anti-Juve people, that will make fun. There is just one thing that I will give you as reassurance, is that as it's a financial problem, it's not a sporting one. So Juventus is not accused of buying referees. Juventus is not accused of Juventus is not accused of alternating games. Juventus is not accused of drugs on performances, you know, medicine to accelerate the performance of players or whatever. We are not alternating sportive results. It's not a sportive issue. So if it's not a sportive issue, that means that Juventus, and we always have pay attention, it's unlikely that Juventus will go in second division. In 2006, that fraud process, Farsopoli, because it was a farce, was pointing finger and blaming sporting things, which didn't happen. But that's what we were accused for, and we went in Serie B. Today, that's not what has been targeted. This is not what people are blaming Juventus of doing. We don't even know correctly what it is. Today, it's about alternating financial books. It's again, whatever will happen, if Juventus will go out clean of the story or not, it's a dark page for Juventini today. It's really a dark page, because I can already tell you that whatever will happen, whatever will be the results of these investigations, you will be mocked, you will be accused for the next coming 50 years. You will always hear the date of 28th of November 2022. Interista, Milanista, Napoli fans, Real Madrid, Barcelona fans. They will always refer to that night of 28th of November while Cristiano Ronaldo was subbed out and Bruno Fernandes was scoring a brace versus Uruguay. They will forget about Bruno Fernandes. They will not forget about the night of 28th of November, because they will repeat it every time that you will win a Scudetto. Every time that you will win a game, every time that you will score a goal, every time that you will wear a black and white shirt. We had our divisions about the coach. We had our division about the management. I remember on this channel a lot of people were saying Nedved out. Before seeing that Nedved was an Allegri out person and standing next to Nedved. And then it was a Nedved in. And then it started to be Agnelli out. And then it started to be Cherubini out. And this out. Well, now the board of directors is out. They went out themselves. Maybe it's time again, like Tariq is saying here in the comments, to stick together again. To be together again. And putting aside the divisions. Because I want really to come back on maybe what Agnelli said, what was really interesting, and it's this part here. When the team is not compact, you expose your side to the opponents, and this can be fatal. If we as supporters are dividing ourselves, and that doesn't mean that everyone needs to agree with everything, that we are obliged to have the same perceptions, vision, opinion, but if we are insulting each other, if we are dividing ourselves, the 30% of Juventini in Italy, they will even be weaker. And we will give actually all the anti-Juve people even more chance to hit us in our flank, in our side, and it will be really fatal. So maybe now it's time for us to be together for the good of Juve, for the good of Juventini. Otherwise, it will be really tough and really, really difficult. Really, seriously difficult. I see my friend Carlos Valdes in the chat who's in Cherubini has also gone no, because he was not part of the board of directors. What will happen tomorrow? We don't know, but no. We don't need Lapo. Well, about Lapo, we were speaking about earlier. There are a few names. Evelina Cristilin, Alessandro Nasi, Lapo Elkan. They all have their strong point. They all have their weak point. We don't know them personally. Evelyn Cristilina is really political manager, someone that knows how to be in politics. She was really close to UEFA, Seferin, to Infantino, FIFA, to Juve back then, because she's a Juve supporter. Lapo Elkan, fantastic creative mind, big Juve supporter, big passion. And then you have Alessandro Nasi, this part of the family. He knows Juventus. He works for Agnelli family since so long. But I don't know about his football knowledge and management, so I don't know. They all have good and all have weak sides. Martina is asking, do we know more about the 2 billion offer? First of all, we have to know if it's true or not. That's one. Secondly, we have to understand from who it is coming. Would be really strange for Juventus to accept this, except if we have no other choice, because probably we've gone too far. At Juventus, 2 billion offer, I believe that the club estimation is worth it with what we are looking at, the club history and so on and so on. But I don't know. I don't believe that Juventus is for sale. I believe that indeed there is an alternative plan, that maybe if some new shareholders can come in and have a part of it, can be, but no new news. BT is going with Lapo is a crazy person. Well, it's a fantastic genius mind, but we all know that also genius mind and artistic mind, sometimes they have their weaknesses. Dan Avola, 2022 season total roller coaster of emotions. The problem with a roller coaster of emotion is that it can be a long ride. So I would love to see the end of it, and hopefully ending with a big smile. At the moment, I don't know. No, Jesus, no. There was a rumor that was saying that apparently an offer came to Juve to buy the club for 2 billion, but it's an information that at the moment has not been verified. It's a rumor. It's a rumor, so we don't know. I hope not. I hope not. What about the coach? I already said it multiple times. Well, we have to check. What about Del Piero? I believe he was really wise. We will have to understand. Cherubini talked with Allegri. Well, Cherubini is the only manager that stays at the moment. Today, Cherubini is the biggest manager of Juventus. From tomorrow, there will be another one. But Cherubini spoke with Allegri. What has been said, we don't know. Maybe it was just a friendly meeting between them to say, Mamma mia, we are the two only ones that are remaining. I tell you really seriously, guys, I am sad for Agnelli. I didn't want him to leave like that because it is a lot. Then, if some people are asking me, I believe that it was planned since long time. Arlecchino, just as we thought this couldn't go worse. I believe it was already planned since long time. It happens between in the international break without Juventus, without any player except of Locatelli. Locatelli is training alone. I agree with Tarek. He deserved a better ending. Maybe it was time for him to leave. Maybe because probably being that invested, and I continue to support the idea of the Super League. That, according to me, not maybe the format that was presented, but the idea of changing football is still valid, but probably investing too much time in it because he saw it as the only solution for the future of football, took him away too much from Juventus daily management. But I would have loved, don't know, crazy. Let's be crazy. A remontada at the end. You win the Scudetto, and Allegri leaves, Agnelli leaves, and everyone leaves. Would have been beautiful. No, and in the beginning it was the sensation of the moment, what is happening, and then you start to think about it. What are the consequences? What will happen? It's long, huh? It's really long. I have flashbacks, guys. I don't know in Italy what they are able to do to destroy Juventus, right or wrong, I don't know. It's time. I'm really scared. Jokes aside and so on, you know how important Juventus is. You know it. You know how important Juventus is. You know how much we invested time in it. I don't know, Will, because again, has nothing to see with sporting sides. Since I have put here Danilo and Vlahovic, since I have put these two shirts here, it's a disaster. These two shirts, disaster. Him, injured. World Cup is over. Probably he will be really long injured. This guy, he didn't play today. Growing pain again. Juventus, guys, I put these two here. And it's over with Juventus. Mamma mia. Buonanotte, Julian. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone. Okay, wait, I will check the first pages of the Italian pages. Maybe we'll check again the ads of Di Marzio. Marian is sad. Stavros as well. The pages 3 minutes ago. Look at that. Perfect timing. I wanted to do a Juve talk after Portugal. I didn't want to do this Juve talk. New era Juve. A new era from Juventus. Everyone is leaving, also Agnelli. The board of directors is resigning. Elkan and the cousin wait, because that's an important paper. Tuttosport, they know everything about Juve. So, board of director are dismissing themselves. Elkan and his cousin are deciding to start back with other technical figures to defend themselves against the attacks of the consub and the lawsuit and the investigations. There will be a new president. There will be a new president that at the moment we don't have. Scannavino, the trusted man of John Elkan, will be the general director. We are looking for continuity in the sporting part. What does that mean, continuity in the sporting part? In the letter of Agnelli, we can read, we will always be at the height of our history. Cazzo. Guys, I was reading the small letters and here it's written in big. Mamma mia, I was about to kill my eyes and here it's written in big. Okay. That's one. We have another one. Guys, this one was the pro Juve paper. Let us check the anti Juve papers. What they are saying, it will be even hard. I don't see. Gazzetta dello Sport and Corriere dello Sport, they are preparing some papers, my friends. You can't even imagine. We don't see it yet. Maybe we have to check manually. And then I will read also the message of Zacchi. This one was of Monday, so we don't have yet the first page of Corriere dello Sport. It's not out yet. Gazzetta dello Sport. No. Corriere and Gazzetta are not out yet. Maybe on Capuano. You never know. Capuano is always fast. Tuttosport is already written. They were fast. No. So we have to wait. Let me read the message of my friend Zaki Warfa. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it. Hey Beppe, Juve is surrounded by enemies, always under the microscope, unlike the other clubs in Italy. Really sad for Juve. Forza Juve. Well, I believe that if you do something wrong, you have to pay the consequences for it. It's normal. It's normal. If you do something wrong, you pay for it. It's not because the other ones are doing it as well that you can be clean of it. But it's true that when it's Juventus, you go into the microscope. And I said it earlier, if 30% of people are for Juve, Del Piero said it in his 7-minute speech. He said, or you love or you hate Juventus. Or you love or you hate Juventus. If you know that 30% of the people in Italy are loving Juve, you know that the other ones are hating Juve. So, and you have 70% of Italy that is hating you, well, if there is something that they can do against Juve, they will do it. They will do it. I see, for example, Uncle Sharma on the channel. I saw him also making jokes and liking my previous tweets from a long time ago about Pinamonti, where I was, I believe, correctly answering. I let Inter people speaking because or they are lucky again and nothing will happen for them, or it will come back harsh this time. Who knows? But I don't believe that our friends from Inter are clean, especially because don't forget that your president, he went to the same school as Agnelli. They were at the same university. They are good friends, and I believe that Inter has even more problems than us, and that you have Marotta, and he knows how to go tricky, snoopy. So it's true, Uncle Sharma, publicly traded company, makes it harder. It's true, I agree. I saw partially your message, Martino. I wanted to answer after my live, but really, thank you, because I saw the first part and I immediately understood what your message meant, and I really appreciated your nice message. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Depending on if people, they love me or not, I don't know what's the new strategy. So we will see this, and then of course what will happen with the club is super important. Thank you, Tariq, for showing me Gazzetta dello Sport that at the moment is quite kind with Juventus. Clamoroso, so bomba. The board of directors are dismissing themselves. Juve rivoluzione, mamma mia. But are they obliged to play with that logo? Ma cazzo, ragazzi, dai, Gazzetta, you can do. It's ugly. It's just ugly. Anyway. Rivoluzione. Yeah. Rivoluzione is with 2 Z and 1 I. This makes totally no sense. Rivoluzione, because you pronounce it like that, maybe. I believe it's not only the board of directors of Juve that should dismiss, but it's also this guy there, the responsible for this page of the graphics of Gazzetta dello Sport. He should resign as soon as possible, guys. Anyway, the end of the era of Agnelli, with Andrea. Also, Nedved and Arrivabene are leaving. Attenzione, because we already reported more than Gazzetta said. Arrivabene dismissed or resigned from the board of directors, resigned himself from the board of directors like everyone, but he will remain operative at the club until the transition has been made, appointing a new board of directors, appointing officially on the 18th of January. He could also be the only one of the 10 people, men, women, 10 people. He can be the only one that will remain in the new board of directors. Not confirmed yet. We just know 2 things at the moment. waiting until January to understand if he will be there or not, that Arrivabene has resigned himself, that he will continue until the new transition, and then we see. So the information, not only the graphic of Gazzetta dello Sport is a bit strange, but also the information that they're giving. It's not over. The investigation on the profit case by Consob and La Procura is at the basis of the decision. New team to change the result of the game. This is what they are actually basically saying, reporting the words of Andrea Agnelli. And this is actually, if you want to remember one thing of these 3 hours and 15 minutes of life, it's if the board of directors, all of them, dismissed them or resigned, resigned themselves, it's for one thing. It's in a way to protect Juventus, to put a new team there, starting with a clean sheet. They were not like this, and they want to defend themselves with the best weapons that they have in front of the accusation that will come. In the next coming day, it will be fireworks. It will be fireworks. Thank you, Tariq, for sending me the page. Fantastic job from Tariq. Some more news. I told you, it's not over. It is not over. Monblano that continue. I have no idea for which position, but Buffon was contacted by Juventus. Who is Juventus? This is the question. This is the question. And now you will make me cry, my friend. Now you will make me cry. Martino Puccio, that became a supporter of the channel. Yeah, because a Milan fan that became a member of the channel. Guys, thank you. Really appreciate it. This one touched me a lot because it shows a lot of support. Buonanotte Sebastiano, thank you for the updates and so on. So guys, if you want to, can we say thank you to Martino Puccio? And if you want to, let's go to his YouTube channel. Make myself really a pleasure now. Because this is a beautiful gesture. It's a really beautiful gesture. Martino Puccio, I don't know if he crossed or not the 1,000, but can you do me a favor? If you're looking to the channel of Martino, he has 731. 730, but that's not the right Matteo Puccio. That's not yours. Where is yours channel? This one? Wait, let's go to this one. Wait, here. Yeah, this is your channel. So 732. He has a lot of shorts where he's speaking a lot about the World Cup now. Here, shorts. Vamos. Here, you see, we're speaking a lot about. I already spoke about Juve. But he's doing a fantastic job now. Speaking about everything, he's a Milan fan. It's not his fault, but except of that, he's doing a really beautiful job. So you see, I subscribe myself. I don't fake. If you want to, let's get that number higher. Let me check if you did or not. We want to go higher with Martino. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Other questions? It can be that there is more news in a second, but Forza Azzurre, Beppe, what is happening? 3 hours 30 of video of live. I can't repeat everything, Forza Juve. Dan Avola is asking how will he sleep. Ciao Colin. Amir Samimi. Stavros Giorgio. Grande Martino. Oh yeah, but the kids on Twitter they are having fun. I saw already. I don't care. It makes sense. But I saw some jokes, but going on personal, trying to target me because I work for Juve. Saw some especially from one side of supporters, but it makes sense. Part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. So we have to accept it and we have to be stronger. I want to go on one thing that I really wanted to show you. I'm happy, and it's this one. Don't look at all the women that I'm following, guys. Otherwise, my wife, she will be pissed off. I love this message. Can we put it bigger? Here, it's in Portuguese, but who cares? Como sempre digo, tem dois caminhos. As I always say, you have two ways. Chorar e lamentar, crying and complaining, or the other way, encarar a situação de frente e sair dela fortalecido. What does that mean? Or taking the situation how it is, going frontal with it, and going out of that situation stronger. Tem 31 años. I have 31. No, I'm 41. Juventus is a bit older. Que eu escolho a segunda. It's already 31 years that I following that second way. That means taking the situation as it is and going out of that situation stronger. And this is a fact. Se for necessário, serão 25 horas de tratamento para recuperar o tempo de jogar, nem que seja minuto. Guys, I speak Portuguese since, how long? Since 45 seconds. I discovered that I speak Portuguese now. It's a new skill that I developed in the last 45 seconds. What does that mean? It means if it's necessary, I will work even 25 hours a day to recuperate faster as possible time to play, even if it's only for 1 minute. Enquanto isso, minhas energias estarão com meus companheiros em cada lance do jogo e assim desejo que seja de cader brasileiro. Já faltam menos pro retorno. Obrigado por todas as mensagens. What does that mean? In the meanwhile, all my energies will be concentrated with my friends that will have to play, continue to play, and with all the Brazilian people. It is already less time to be back. Thank you for all your messages. So, I love the message of course, Danilo is not speaking about Juve. Danilo is speaking about himself, the injury. But I love, you have two ways now. And I believe that that's a really important message also for Juventus, for the new board, and for the old one, and for us supporters. You have two ways. Or you cry, and you complain, and you say, but we said it, that they were bad, we said that they had this, that they did this, and they did this. Or you can take the situation, and of course we are supporters, but especially the new management, take the situation as it is, and go and fight, and go out stronger. If needed, well, we will have to work 25 hours a day. 25 hours a day. Because as Agnelli said in his farewell letter, hard work can compensate and even do better than talent without hard work. This is the message that I was thinking immediately in that situation. And the good thing is that the decision has been taken today. Well, we are one step closer already to the renewal and the reborn of Juve. Guys, this is what... Mamma mia, I discovered that I speak Portuguese. How is it possible? I didn't know that. How did I do? Just Portuguese. Bogdan is saying, Beppe, Portuguese 7th language. I didn't know that I spoke Portuguese. It's just now. The accent is great. Hey, yeah. Or you speak well or not, huh? Even Portuguese people are saying, Beppe, you speak well Portuguese. Thank you to Masgar Leonard. Masgar Leonard is saying, Beppe, it's 7 a.m. here in Bali. I just wake up and get surprised with the news. I will rewatch the live again. Forza Juve, Beppe. Well, it's in three parts, the live. And the first is the shock, trying to discover. Second part is the nerves that are for 10 minutes making a bit of jokes. And then you have the third part that is really, again, putting us down to earth. But thank you, Masgar Leonard, really, seriously. And also to Armand Rabalet. Thank you. Beppe, thank you. No, thank you to you. I watch you almost every morning with my coffee. We are going to need to stick together in the coming months, Forza you. I totally agree. Armand. Is there a Chewbacca in your car or it's your dog? I don't get the image, Armand. But anyway, it's beautiful. That's something that I feel free to say. I don't know what, but it's really beautiful. I think it's a dog. It's a nice dog. It's a nice dog. No, thank you guys. Thank you for your support. And we'll stick together. Now I don't care. I said it. I was doing the watch along of Portugal. I stopped immediately. Since when I'm live? Since 4:45 Italian time. And now it's 1:12. Buonanotte to Aldo. I will stop. I don't believe that we will have more news now. I don't believe that. Anyway, we don't know, huh? No, I think it's over with for now. But we will wake up really early. It's only 1 a.m. Huh? The fans are asking for the post Andrea Agnelli, like Mo was reporting. The fans are asking for Lapo Elkan and Alessandro Del Piero. I believe that we have to take a really great choice here. Important one. And now they are going to my tweets, huh? Now they are going to my tweets. Disaster. Thank you, guys. You speak Spanish, Portuguese well with an accent. Guys, we close. We see each other tomorrow morning where we will read the papers and maybe we do a live again tomorrow morning. Maybe a video. Video is dangerous, huh? Because then people, sometimes they don't understand what I'm saying because I don't speak well. And then they can't ask for it. Disaster. It's a disaster. It's the birthday of Wolf Dees. If he's there around, Wolf Dees. I just saw your message. Happy birthday, buddy. I'm sorry for the news on your birthday. Good night, Radovan. Thank you, Henrik, that I saw. No, I have to cut, guys. It's a disaster. Ciao, Steve Slick. Buonanotte, Anthony. Ciao, Sasha. Styler Z. Da Luni. Grande Da Luni, 67. Tony J. Branimir is right. Who's Branimir? Who is Branimir? Cynical Septic is there as well. How much are Italian and Portuguese mutual intelligence? Where is Branimir? Who's Branimir, guys? Here. She was, but who? Wait. The separate statement of resignation was from Daniela Marilungo, and it is the most damning bit of information in my eyes. She was the independent director on the Control and Risk Committee and basically said she couldn't perform her job because she was kept in the dark by others about what was really happening. Wait. Branimir Radosevic, the separate statement of resignation was from Daniela Marilungo, and it is damning bit of information in my eyes. Why? Because she was an independent director on the Control and Risk Committee and basically said she couldn't perform her job because she was kept in the dark by others about what was really happening. I don't know. Can be. It's a good catch. Ciao Vancouver. Ciao Baller. Ciao Mihailo. Mohamed Juventus, grande, thank you to everyone. Mario Di Mascio, buonanotte gangsta. Marian, sempre qui, grandissima. Jesus Macias, buonanotte, and thank you because you stayed long with me. We stayed really long. Today even better, and today even stronger than always, guys. Today is the day. Forza, all together, forza, Juve. Ciao ragazzi.